Ahoy and welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Horizon's Call. I am Derek Sword. I use him pronouns, and I'm very excited to have you here. I'm also very excited to be joined by the regular group of lovely folks, but also a new lovely person who will be joining us this week and next. We will get around to the incredible Diane Hutton and let her say wonderful things about herself, but I can start and say that she's a phenomenal actor, voice actor, has been in some incredible projects, and it was lovely enough to devote some time to our humble little oceanic campaign. So thank you so much, Dave, for joining us. We're going to go around and have everybody introduce themselves as they typically do, but before we do, I just want to say a couple of things just for Sword and Key. First of all, as we are wont to do for these larger campaigns when we do have guests, we allow the guests to pick a charity for the game to benefit. So this game and next will be benefiting Project Hope in support of Ukraine. You can find the link to support that wonderful cause in our chat. Also, our pally.gg is still active should you want to support through that, but regardless of how you choose to support, you can benefit and alter this game in some sort of way. You can give advantages and crits, and also if you donate, I believe it's $30, you can give us effectively a black spot, a complication to this game. Makes things just a little bit harder or a little bit more difficult. It might be a were shark bite, it might be a magical storm, it might just be something that I make up off the spot right there. We actually had one starting out our season, which made combat last session just a little bit more difficult, and also to balance things out, I'm contractually obligated to sing a sea shanty if we do get a black spot. So we do have a carryover from last session, because we also had one at the end of last season. And I don't want to bother you all with too many sea shanties in too many episodes. So we do have a sea shanty. I will do it break. Eva was lovely enough to roll for this one. I do have a rolling table now. Other things, our players did level up, so you can learn about their new skills and abilities when they say a little about themselves. And from Sword and Key, happy Pride Month. It's lovely to have all of you wonderful people, all of you wonderfully diverse people joining us in chat, joining us on the show and all of our mini games. You're all perfect and wonderful, and we love your stories, and we love telling them with you. I believe that is everything. So I'm going to go ahead and go around. I think, Eva, you are first, if you don't mind starting us out.
I am first, and I am reasonably prepared. Hi, I'm Eva. I use she, her pronouns, and today I will be playing your sea elf alchemical artificer, Winnie. Yep.
Wonderful. Okay. I'm assuming Winnie just kept on the alchemical artificer track when it comes to leveling up? Wonderful. Okay. Next up, Mare.
Hi, I'm Mare. I use they, she pronouns, and I am playing your lovely, amazing Acacia, your soul knife rogue, now Stars Druid, who has finally gotten their Druid circle. I am so excited. I can wild shape right now, so if I want to, I could be a full horse.
Yeah, it's only really half a wild shape when you were a centaur. We had discussion about that in our Discord. Next up, our wonderful, lovely guest, Day. If you don't want to say who your character is just yet, that is perfectly fine. If you want to save that reveal, I leave it totally to you. But Day, tell us a little bit about your lovely self.
Sure. Yes. Hello, I'm Day, or Dayanne Hutton. I'm an actor and streamer. You already gave me such a good introduction. Like, what do I have left to say about myself? I'm a big nerd. I'm in Life is Strange, and I'm happy to be here.
Fantastic. That was perfect.
Great.
Yeah, I know. It's. I put you on the spot to say nice things about yourself. The most difficult thing that any person can do.
Ooh, it's fine.
Thank you, Day. Mikyl.
Hi, fam. I'm Mikyl. He, him pronouns. I am playing Proximus, your Triton Shadow Sorcerer Paladin with the Guardian of the Infinite Seas Oath. I love you all, and I'm glad to be back.
So, Mikyl, did you take a level in Sorcerer or Paladin this time?
I think Proximus is going to go full Sorcerer now.
Okay. Interesting. Also, a special thank you to Mikyl for doing the character art for this show, including the character art for Day's amazing characters. So thank you so much, Mikyl. We appreciate it. And last but absolutely not least, Kaila.
Hi, hello. My name is Kaila, she, her pronouns. I play our lovely murder mermaid, Scarlet Shores, who is still full warlock, Pact of the Fathomless. keep on keeping on with our good old worm daddy.
Oh, I hate it, but it's accurate. Wonderful. Well, I will be doing the recap once again this week because I forgot to have my players roll, and they have to have structure and order because we all have ADHD. So last time in the season premiere of season 3 of Horizons Call, we basically picked up right where season 2 left off in the throne room post-battle. A little bloodied, a little sweaty, but thinking the combat was over, this incursion from Sahuagin and Basilisk coming through a magical mirror into the throne room of the Sea Elven Kingdom of Fall Amaryl when he's home. Just when they thought the combat was over, they all got rounded up because somebody smuggled that mirror in. Was it one of them? They weren't sure. As the High Guards and High Commander of Fall Amaryl rounded up all of the guests, including foreign dignitaries, they put them all into small pools, surrounded them, and let them all kind of bicker amongst themselves, trying to figure out from the interpersonal bickerings who a good suspect might be. It was thanks to the very perceptive nature of Acacia, as well as the very, I'm going to say it was a very wise move on Scarlett's part, trying to get people to admit whether they had done something or not, all within a large zone of truth, that Acacia noted one of the guests was actually using magic to appear as if she was raising her hand when actually she wasn't. They discovered that the dignitary from the near other Sea Elven kingdom wasn't actually what she said at all. Her and her High Commander turned out to be a Marid, a djinn of sorts that had been in disguise with a water elemental Myrmidon as her guard. And just as they had been discovered, they revealed themselves, attacking the throne room once again. The dignitaries were mostly put in safe positions as our party, once again, a little beleaguered, fought another combat. They ended up defeating the water elemental Myrmidon as the Marid escaped, but before the Marid escaped, shifting to another plane entirely, they marked a set of words on the wall. The seas again will flood, the sun will fall to waves, a throne of scale and blood, the surface to its grave. A world of endless tide, the surf will drown all cries, the dark depths be our guide, the Leviathan prophecy will rise. After the combat, they caught their breath once again. Fortunately, now everything was over, and due to their heroics, they were gifted the thing that they had actually come to the throne room for in the first place, and that was a tract of land off the coast of Hillholm, an island that they learned was uninhabited for mysterious, if not outright nefarious purposes. A curse seems to be upon this island. A great monster, some say, but any attempts to colonize this island or settle on this island have been unsuccessful, as the people have either been driven off or never seen again. Still, they have been granted ownership of this island, as the island was co-owned by Fall Amaryl and the nearby halfling island of Hillholm, and they need this island because all the refugees from Acacia's home of Korra are seeking a place to settle for their own. So we pick up with our party on their ship, maybe ships, I will leave that to them, as they sail towards the island of Undertow. Hopefully they will uncover what this curse is, deal with it in an appropriate way, and make the island safe for the people they care about. So that's where we're going to pick up. I guess I'll start by asking Kaila, Scarlett, are you on the Redemption, or did you take the Bloodhound as well? How many ships are we taking to the island?
In theory, I feel like we should have only taken one. But yeah, it would have been the Redemption, because the Redemption has all the fancy things I paid for with my bounty. It has
all the fancy things. Yeah, technically, you're not even taking the ship to the land. You're probably going to take a longboat just to get to the island itself. Just wondered if you would have, 2 ships just to always keep them together. Okay, that's perfectly fine.
Because the plan is to go back.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah,
just
once you figured out everything. Okay.
I left Marcus with the Bloodhound.
That was my next question. Is Marcus with you? Okay.
I can read your mind today, Derek. Have fun.
Apparently you can. I'm sorry. Well, great. So all of you then now on the redemption. What's the game plan? We can say that you are. It's not that far from Fall Amarillo. I mean, you can get there within a day. So we can say that you took the evening. Whether it was Proximus and Acacia both had a little bit of drinking in them. Proximus drifting off into the surf. We can say that you both are dealing with headaches. I leave that to you.
I tried
Scarlet,
to stay hydrated this time.
That you were in the water. Scarlet
Salt water.
Also, yeah, well, I mean, hey, I don't judge, and I'm not a scientist. Scarlet had a nice night drinking with Marcus. Again, I leave whatever happened to you. Winnie had a nice night with her girlfriend. But again, you're all on the redemption now, so we can say you left the morning of. We're probably reaching. If I was going to look at the map, that's okay. So it's a couple of days away. So we can say you're arriving there in the morning of a day, the afternoon, late morning, early afternoon. We'll say that's when you're arriving at Hill, or the island of Undertow. So what is the game plan? How are you all getting to the island? Are you doing anything on the ship before you leave?
I want to ask Winnie if she knows anything about this island.
That's a super good question.
Okay.
I think I would be one of the better people to ask.
Winnie, go ahead and roll history.
Do I know anything about this island?
That you've lived several days away from for many, many years.
It's like someone asking me, do I know a bunch about Virginia Beach?
Right.
24 for history. 24.
24. Okay. Winnie, this island is kind of like one of those. It's like living near like an abandoned hospital or asylum. It's one of those like spooky places that kids dare each other to go to, but like when their parents find out, they're like, no, seriously, don't go there. It's actually messed up. You would know historically that it was successfully settled once. A decent while ago, there was a monastery there and some other kind of like supporting buildings around it. The monastery was Cloudseeker Monastery. And that there were that was mostly folks from Hillholm. It was like a monastery pseudo orphanage. Like they took in people that had no other place to go, especially kids, trained them. And it was kind of this outreach sort of thing. They would train them, better their lives and then send them back out into the world to then spread that good. And then one night, that monastery just went away. Got started. Everybody on the island gone. And no one's really sure. And since that time, rumors are we hear, horrible sounds coming from the island. It has a horrible smell. Just not great stuff. Sea elves don't go near it. Even the teenagers, it's one of those things. They dare each other, but don't actually do it.
Okay, so this is what I know about the island. Spooky. One night, there was an orphanage, but also a monastery called Cloudseeker. And I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes just doing this big ghost story style retelling of pretty much everything, right, that I've ever heard. And at the very end, because I'm an asshole, I'm going to wrap it up with, and then they were never seen again. And I'm going to use Mage Hand to just sort of go on Scarlet's shoulder. I guess that would just be one.
You get no flinch.
Yeah,
Scarlet's seen so much worse.
You were better off doing it to Proximus.
But Proximus is
he didn't ask
sitting.
me.
So Proximus is sitting right on the side, crisscross applesauce, both fingers under his chin. Oh, and then when you do it, and then shape water. It just like water just sprays out from him.
Just accidental shape.
Yeah.
Winnie, when you say it like that, I don't know if I should be taking you seriously or not. Is this thing actually haunted?
I think the lesson of that story is I never went there, or my mom sort of killed me. But I think there's probably something bad. Otherwise, we could have gone, or people would have come back.
They wouldn't have given it to us for free if it was a bustling metropolis.
Well, it wasn't
But
for free,
also-
just to be fair.
We did risk our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
Not
like
that
getting a free car that's like completely destroyed on the inside. You've got to clean that.
And we
out,
have to pay taxes on it.
Not
Well,
that I'm looking a gift horse in the mouth, but I am kind of annoyed that they did give us a haunted island we have to do like a major work on when we have better shit to do.
it's the only island they had. Acacia, go ahead and make a perception roll. Listening to Winnie's story. especially.
I can do that. I'm
Proximus
good.
leans over to Winnie. Did she mean to say the horse?
Is that offensive for centaurs?
I actually rolled really low. I got a 13.
Still, I think even with a 13 and Winnie is 5'0". Acacia is, almost 8 something, almost.
Like, yeah,
9,
what am I on
9 feet tall.
the height
Yeah,
sheet?
you're pretty high up there. I think leaning over, the first thing you would spot is there is a trail of smoke coming from the beach of the island. You're still far enough out that you can't necessarily see, but there is what you would imagine. It's not like a forest fire. There is a campfire on the beach.
I kind of incline my head over at it. Looks like someone else beat us here.
Or the ghosts made a little campfire.
Or the ghosts made a campfire. Speaking of the issue with the island, if it turns out just to be like an animal being protective, I would not feel good about just kind of kicking it out of its home. So just putting that out there before we even get step foot on the island.
What if it's being protective of bad people?
Let's just play it by ear. There's just some circumstances I would not feel comfortable shoving something out of its own home.
That's fair.
If
What if
it's
it's a
anything like-
unicorn?
If it's
We are not
anything
here
like
to be
the one-
colonizers.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Right.
If
I
it's
am with
anything like-
Acacia on this one.
The one island I've been to,
Cora?
it's not going to be fun. No, Winnie, this was before our time together. This was right before we met, actually.
The Fen? She wasn't really an island.
No, that was my home. I know. Trust me, I still have nightmares.
We've been on
This-
really bad islands, actually.
Cora was great until the Nerians arrived.
No,
Right,
this one
that's
was
true.
really bad. Really.
I don't
really
want to nitpick, but
bad.
everything's kind of an island when you think about it. If it's land.
Oh, no. Anyway. My point stands. Let's play it by
None
ear.
of us are scientists.
I'm in STEM, excuse you.
Scientist.
Actually.
I meant the characters.
Objection,
but
Your
yes,
Honor.
Not to discredit Mayor, who actually is an actual scientist in real
Winnie's
life.
a scientist.
No,
Nobody believes in her, but
Winnie's a mad scientist, let's be real.
I believe in you, and I'm going to beat the shit out of your brother.
Oh, jeez.
That was
That
Mayor.
took a
That was
turn
Mayor. That was
I was
Mayor.
not expecting. On our journey to Hillhome, Winnie does want to stock up on her potions and elixirs and stuff.
Okay.
And how long does it take us to get there? Before they go ashore, she will take her
We're probably looking at 5 days. A square on the map is 10
yeah.
days. Yeah, it's a little distorted, so probably about 5
Your
days.
randomizer potion?
Ooh.
yes, I have made a potion of
Oh, God.
transformation. and a potion of boldness, and I will take my elixir.
Go ahead and roll that D100. Day, you're getting the full gamut. This is something I found online a long time ago called Havoc's Tonic of Undiluted Chaos. It's just a really weird table of stuff that can happen when he drinks it. So
There's been
Yeah, okay.
antlers. There's been
Eyes on the
mouth.
hands.
Was it eyes
Yeah.
or mouth?
Eyes on the hands.
eyes on the hands. When his
Alchemy-
mouth turned into an alchemy jug.
alchemy jug?
Yeah.
Mhm.
20.
And also the 20. Okay. Oh, okay. Winnie, go ahead and roll a D4.
I would rather not.
Then don't drink the potion.
Your actions have consequences, Winnie.
It's
Drink
a
it.
1, which I'm pretty sure is good.
Let havoc reign.
You swap bodies with a nearby humanoid for 1d4 hours. You have their stats and abilities, but your own personality.
Good thing I'm not a
Scarlet-
humanoid.
Scarlet was 1, Keisha was 2, Proximus was 3,
I'm
Little
not
Jeffrey
a
was...
humanoid.
You're not. Connery was 2. You and Scarlet have swapped bodies.
Oh no. This is so good. This is great.
You do this
Scarlet
to yourself.
is so mad being short right now.
Oh.
I was just thinking, like, I have the prettiest hair. Oh,
So wait,
Sorry.
I'm about to say,
So-
do we take each other's voices?
yes. So I
I need a D4 for how many hours this is going to ruin my life, so please.
3.
3 in-game hours. Fantastic. Kaila, I'm sorry. Eva, you did this to yourself. How would you all like to proceed?
Very confused, very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's probably a little disorienting because, first of all, you are looking at yourself, but also from a different perspective. It's not like looking in a mirror. It's like, for Scarlet, it's like looking up at a mirror who
a mirror
also
who
is now
absolutely
smiling.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
petting her
And then-
hair.
Winnie,
Scar-
you see what everybody sees when they see Winnie, which is just a stout little sea elf with big old hammerhead shark pigtails.
I just want to pinch my cheeks.
Don't do that.
No, I will not.
I'm sorry, what's going on?
I don't know.
Hello, I am Scarlet. I
Do
am-
not lie to them.
Well, philosophical question. Is the person the body? Is the person the consciousness? Anyway,
Scarlet's usually very
Did you just do
direct.
Theseus the ship? Yeah.
I am Winnie in Scarlet's body. For some reason.
Winnie, what did you do?
She's.
Why am I short? Why can't I see myself?
I'm just gonna gesture at you, probably still holding the bottle.
Hey, Scarlet, maybe I should have that and confiscate it for a couple land trips for
Please?
a bit. I will
Just
take
hand it
that.
to you.
Confiscated.
But
We are
also
about to
gonna
go
have
onto a dangerous island, and suddenly you are in someone else's body whose magics you do not understand or control. Oh, have fun with Worm Daddy, by the way.
Oh no.
You wonder why Scarlet's always in a bad mood. But also, Eva can have your character sheet.
Yes.
Maybe we should go continue on.
Oh no.
For the first time ever, you see a very unhappy Winnie. What looks like Winnie.
The first time she's ever frowned.
Grumpy Winnie. Yeah, that's interesting. I will say, yeah, Eva, Winnie does feel a certain pressure in her
Je ne
mind,
sais-
almost like
Mm.
like her brain is like in ink, sort of. There's a darkness that's kind of pressing in on your consciousness. Scarlet, this is like the first time in a while that you haven't just had like a low-key migraine.
I will eventually get over it and just enjoy the time.
I will. Little Jeffrey does pop out of the bag and goes, "You're not my mom."
No, I'm your stepmom. Get over it.
Cool.
Be good.
I mean, pizza.
Jeffrey. Be good.
How are you all getting to the island?
Sure, we have longboats.
You do have longboats. I just want to make sure you weren't swimming across.
Do I fit in longboats?
You do.
Cool, I will fit in longboat.
Okay.
I would
Are
have.
you
have
going-
on the crew on because we only took the redemption. I can talk.
Yes.
So who do we have on board there?
You have
normal
your
crew?
whole crew that you would normally have on board. So all your officers and everything. The redemption is fully staffed, fully manned. So you can absolutely hire, grab a couple of sailors to row you across. You can row yourselves across. Like I said, you can swim. Just
I grab the red shirts. Everyone with a red shirt. I say, red shirts, come with me.
You're just pulling some Star Trek ensign shit.
No. Yes, of course. I am number
Fantastic.
2.
yeah, you got to grow the beard.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess he's number 1. That's okay. You grab a couple of quote unquote red shirts. There's one guy who just bled on his shirt a lot. He doesn't count. His shirt was personally white. You grab a couple of red shirts. They row you to the island.
When you
When
would
you
like
get to
to
the island-
swim.
Okay.
You're gonna be you're gonna
Scarlet.
be a mermaid. You can be a siren. You're
yeah.
gonna use a tail.
I want
Yeah.
to have a pretty. It's only for like the littlest amount of time. Please, can I use your tail? Just real
Sure.
quick. I'll take real good care of it.
Yes,
I-
Derek. This is why we don't get anything
I
accomplished.
don't know if splitting up
You don't
on
say.
what is a haunted island
just
is a
swimming
good
next to the-
idea.
I'm just swimming next to the boat.
Winnie,
you-
as Scarlet, when you dive into the ocean
No.
and you touch water for the first time in Scarlet's form, you did this to yourself. So, Scarlet has a very specific patron. They're still not sure exactly what it is. If you're not familiar with a bobbit worm, they are these oceanic creatures that, in all reality, look like these 3-foot long worms with these bear trap pincers, and they dig under the sand and wait for fish to come by and they grab them. Scarlet has pled herself to a cosmically giant bobbit worm that feeds on krakens. It is that large that it feeds on krakens. And Winnie, you see that thing in your mind when you hit the water and you transform into siren form, as Scarlet is wont to do. And that black ink streaming from your eyes as in the darkness of your mind, you hear a voice say, "You are not my servant. Get out." And like a shove of somebody smacking you in the head with full force, you change back to your original body. And Scarlet, you find yourself back as Scarlet in the water, siren form. Winnie, you find yourself in the longboat.
I can't say that was worth it.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
I would like to pull myself out of the water into the longboat.
You do so. Okay. Back to the island then. You all in the rowboat with your red shirts paddle, a decent, it's a couple of 100 feet from the shallows where the Redemption otherwise could not go, doesn't have a low enough draft for that. So you get to the island. It is pretty picturesque from the beach. We're talking like that perfect, kind of like golden sand. There are somewhat dense forests, almost jungle-like forests, because you are near the I just forgot the word for it. You're towards the middle of the map, whatever that is. The middle of the map. So yes, it's very warm here and pretty tropical. I would say the first thing that hits all of you is the smell. Despite how visually beautiful it is here, it stinks of rot. Almost like the forest itself, as you're kind of looking at it, like bark is sloughing off of some of these trees, like the leaves seem to be rotting. And even, the water is clear to a certain point, but there's like a muck in it, like a film on top of it. when you get close enough to the island. And again, Acacia, keeping with the past perception, you note that just a little bit around the beach is where that smoke is coming from, indicating that the fire is relatively near. You can't necessarily see where it is just yet. You could easily follow it. I would say the rest of you would be able to see that too and smell the smoke.
Kind of incline my head, just like looking very uncomfortable in the rot. Incline my head towards the smoke. Saw it that way. If anyone's here, their nose has got to be gone.
I wonder if they're making this stink. And
Can I?
Proximus just floats up about 20 feet. I will take the bird's eye view.
I was going to ask Derek if I can do some kind of like check to like get an eye and vibe on the nature here around here, like what's going on. Or like
For
what could be
sure.
causing it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Because this is uncomfortable for me.
it's not great. Yes, we will do that check, and then yes, Proximus, as you fly up, I will resolve that as well. So go ahead and give me a nature check, Mayor. And Proximus, go ahead and give me a perception check, and I will get to that in a minute.
15 nature.
15. As you kind of get closer to some of the trees and the smell itself, you're getting like there's something that has altered the environment to where it is like essentially it's poisoning it. The trees here are dying. The grass is rotting, and it's almost like for something that you would think has corrupted the soil in a certain way. So like these plants are fighting to stay alive. They're getting, technically what they need. They're getting water, they're getting sunlight, they have soil, but there's been an added element to them, which is preventing them from thriving and is causing them to almost die from the inside out.
I look back over at everyone else. I take back what I said on the ship. Whatever's doing this, I'm fucking it up.
Noted.
Proximus, what was your perception roll?
Dirty 20.
Fantastic. In that case, Day, if you wouldn't mind describing what we see when we see Bridget.
Sure. You see a very, very, very dirty halfling with matted, like dirty blonde hair, like both the color dirty blonde, but also covered in dirt. Like braids look like maybe it was once in like some sort of warrior type do, but hasn't been washed or changed in months. And just kind of there's like a leather vest and a no-sleeve tee. She's got tattoos all along one of her arms. She's got little leather shorts that are cut off at the knee. And it weirdly has a mug hanging from her belt that kind of looks like a butt. And the closer you look at it, the more you are convinced that it is exactly and purposefully a butt. And she has a giant, like a, not a giant, but like a kind of walking-esque stick that she's leaning on a lot. You can't tell, maybe she's drunk, she's kind of stumbling around, you're not sure what's going on.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dick. And you would see this halfling next to a small tent, fire that has been built on the beach, a decent ways away from where you think like high tide would reach, but still far enough from the forest itself. And that's what Proximus would see.
Everyone, I can see the person. They don't seem very aggressive. Maybe we should go say hi. And possibly bring some water from our water skin. They look drunk.
I
That's,
like the idea
promising.
of saying hi. Shall we
Maybe
make
we
it
just send Winnie and Proximus first, as
I really don't think we should split up. Whatever's messing with these plants is literally killing it from the inside out.
oh no, they
and-
just walk in front.
Oh,
They're just the
that's-
first
yeah.
ones. Yeah.
The ones that are interacting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Sure.
As they get
I'll
close,
come down from the sky.
Winnie's just gonna like wave her hand, like big motions. Hi, I'm Winnie.
Much like her character art.
Is this exactly like my character? Hi, hello. Did I wake you? I'm so sorry.
Oh, was I asleep?
Maybe not. I don't know. We just got here.
Hi. You don't look bad. Are you bad?
No.
We are not evil,
There's
if
another one.
that's what you're asking.
There's a few of us.
I'm Proximus.
Are you still in the sky?
No, I'm standing next to.
Okay. Just wanted to know where I look.
And we've got a Scarlet and an Acacia. And she'll point back at the siren and the centaur.
There's a very cranky looking siren staring back at you.
And then like an 8-foot tall like centaur.
We're not bad, but some of us just have resting, not friendly faces.
You can say it, resting bitch face. Are you okay? We were told that this island was uninhabited. Do you need help leaving?
No, I don't need help. Do you need help leaving? The shore's that way.
Oh,
No.
we just got here. See, that over
Why?
there is our ship.
It's not good here. You should leave.
But why
But we
isn't
were
it?
wondering why you were here. If it's so
Oh.
bad here.
Oh, I kind of live here some of the time. The people make me uncomfortable.
Oh,
That's understandable.
Proximus takes 2 steps back. I am sorry.
Oh,
I don't want to
no,
make you feel
no.
uncomfortable.
Not you. The people that live over there. They do. It's not all. It's them. It's them.
Oh.
Not you.
Oh,
Maybe
are you from Hillhome?
What? Yes. No. Yeah. No. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Are
you-
you? I don't recognize you.
No, I'm from just over there. I'm
The
pointing, but
water?
I'm pointing like 5 days sailing that way. I'm from the Sea Elf Kingdom nearby.
Oh, welcome to. It's not my. Welcome to the abandoned island.
Undertow.
No.
That's
Yeah.
Sort of presumptuous of me to assume that that's just like its name. That's what we call it, but other people probably call it other things.
I call it the hellhole of my nightmares.
Oh, that is very descriptive, but also a little long.
It's a colloquial term, yeah. Yes, Undertow is the halfling name for it because it is under TOE, not TOW.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Grudgingly
Yes.
updating my notes.
Yeah, I just erased mine.
Oh,
Well-
well, where my manners? Would you like to take a seat around the fire? Can I get you a drink? I have just water and ale. Not much else. Not much food though. Sorry.
Would you like
We
some?
definitely believed that it was going to be bring your own beverage, so I brought a water skin.
Oh, well, okay, great. Well, if you'd like something to drink it out of, and I like kind of go over to my tent and like move a flap aside, and there's just like a bunch of hanging mugs that are various butts and such, and I say, my free time, I make erotic pottery, if you would like. You just go ahead and take one if you'd like. I've got big butts, itty bitty butts. All the kinds. Just
Is
go
it the
ahead.
front? Do you have front and backside?
I got it all.
This is Mare asking if you have front and backside.
Yeah,
okay.
I've got it
okay.
all.
Very phallic
Rotary,
shaped.
baby.
I'm sorry, did you say a rotary?
I did, yes. It soothes my mind to make art,
That's
work
Oh.
with my hands and the clay, such.
very good. Is there
Not-
clay here?
You
hadn't
dig
thought
low
of that.
enough?
That's
Not that
fair.
I don't appreciate your art, but we're here to
I very much appreciate your art.
I would like to
Dealing-
take the most offensive looking mug for Connery.
Oh yeah.
Wow, Judgy.
we're kind of here to deal with the island.
Do you have any butts in blue?
Oh yeah. And I'll lift the other flap, and there's painted butts.
Do you
Oh.
take commissions? Because he's big
Absolutely.
on butts.
Absolutely.
Let's little Jeffrey, could we have some wine, please?
Sure.
And the little Jeffrey, the were shark is just gonna open his mouth, and Winnie's gonna get her alchemy jug. Oh, or
Well-
Hey, are you familiar with Street Sharks? Do you remember the Street Shark cartoon?
Not so much.
Fair enough. They were it was basically a series that was supposed to be based off of like Ninja Turtles, where teens would turn into animals. There was one of them in the show that was humanoid anthropomorphized sharks, and one of them had little like rollerblades and like
Okay.
fingerless gloves. That's essentially what Jeffrey is, just metal.
Okay.
And he likes to dab a lot, and they've also put a bag of holding inside of him so that he
Perfect.
unhinges his jaw for you then to reach in and pull things out.
Great.
I put
So
a
yes, you would
picture for
watch
you
his-
in the Zoom chat.
Yes.
Perfect.
oh, excellent.
So yes, you would
Yes.
watch as when he goes like elbow deep into like further than this shark should allow an arm to go into just based on its size, and pulls out a bottle of wine.
I peek around to see if he has butt cheeks that I could use for inspiration.
I assume he does, not that Winnie necessarily would have designed him that way, but because Michael does the art for him, and
Butts are an important part of your movement in your hips. Okay, so yes,
They're for
anatomy.
cushioning. What if he falls?
he has very weirdly defined glutes for a
Okay.
mechanical...
Deployable airbags for sure.
He does not skip squat day.
All right.
It's his life vest equivalent.
I make a note. I'm so sorry. Forgive me for my terrible manners. My name's Brigid. You can call me Brig if you'd like. Gid if you'd like. Whatever.
Very nice to meet you. I am Proximus. Some people call me Proxy for short. Keisha does occasionally when she thinks that I am not listening.
All right. Good to know.
You get a look.
You're not killing the grass around here, are you?
No.
It's very sick. Very
mean-
incredibly sick.
Sometimes I vomit on it, but I don't think that kills it.
Vomit's not going to do that.
Right.
I feel like that'd be a much larger industrial size. I feel like your pottery probably wouldn't be killing it either. Have you seen any ghosts?
Every day of my life.
Okay, but like actual ghosts as opposed to like maybe the ghosts of your past which haunt you moment to moment. More like
Whitney.
Actual ghosts, not psychological.
we all have our own psychological issues to bear, and I just assume our new friend also has them. I'm very sorry if you don't.
Whitney.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Proximus,
Thank
can
you.
Can you do the thing you did at the party?
What is that?
Party trick.
The lightning bolt? I can.
No.
I don't know
Please
why.
do not do the
No.
lightning bolt.
Can
No.
you see if there's
Oh, yes,
anything?
sorry.
My
Keep your
tail is
clothes on.
still singed.
What's it?
Can you see if there's anything bad around?
Oh,
like you did
yes.
at the party.
yes.
Please
You
don't
see his
shock
eyes.
Acacia again.
His
Very
eyes
bad
roll
time.
back, and then he uses divine sense.
Okay. And what's
within
the range
60
on that?
feet.
60 feet?
60
Okay.
feet.
I also have a
And you're
backup
picking up
question.
on...
I am looking for, so it is your senses, it's a noxious odor. If there is any evil that registers in the area, then there is a powerful ring. If there is in heavenly music, if there are good powers around. And then the awareness is for a celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet, or a hallow spell that is used in that area.
I have a follow-up question to that.
Yeah, let me address the
Well,
divine
it
sense real quick.
might circle in, which is why I'm asking.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
The blight, I'm just going to call it a blight rot
That's
I
a
saw.
good word for it.
Is that similar to what happened to Winnie's brother with his arm? As a source.
Ooh, go ahead and roll for Arcana.
Okay. No, I got a single digit.
Okay. You're really not sure. I would say...
That's
just
all I need
off
to
of your-
know. That's okay.
Yeah, I would say off of your gut, it doesn't feel super similar, but you're just not sure. Proximus, you're not picking up on fiends, fae, undead, celestials, anything like that. I would say, in the sense of like evil, we kind of talked about this before, that like, evil is good and evil are one of those hard things to determine. You're picking up at least on like maybe just absent or not absent, ambivalent kind of evil. Like there's a level of just like ownership over this
True
that
neutral.
maybe isn't necessarily earned. Well, maybe more like true or like neutral evil, I guess is something. There's something that's not just like a lion is true neutral, right? Because it's just an animal that's doing its own thing. If you can even put an alignment to an animal, this is something that is taking that animalistic quality, almost like a villainous dragon might, and kind of claiming ownership over a thing, and not really respecting or obeying the other laws of nature, not maintaining the balance of nature is kind of what you're getting off of this. So it's not just like, there's a lich nearby who's raising the dead to, take over the world, but it's like there's something here that's not respecting the balance. I think that's probably the best you're going to pick up on that.
What's he doing?
So I'm feeling very neutral but evil. Some things that just doesn't feel right. A little prickly. Do I know a location? Does it more?
It's radiating off the forest. Like you're getting the smell of rot is here anyway. Like the campfire is kind of abating it, but the smell of smoke and everything. But it's like you're picking up the finer notes. Like you're smelling a glass of wine, and it is the stink of this forest, and you're picking up like, oh, there's a corruption here. Is what you're getting off of it.
I tell the party just that.
Awesome. And as Proximus is explaining that, you all would hear this massive roar, almost like reverberate through the trees coming from the center of the island.
Hey, Brig, you don't have, like, a dog or anything, do you?
What is that?
Or any sort of pet?
That is the evil. That is the bad.
That's causing all of, and then I motioned to the island, the gross rot.
What does the bat look like, or what does it? Do you know?
It kills.
Well, obviously, yes.
So you've kind of seen it through the trees, in times past, but like getting too close to it is definitely not something you want to do. It's big enough to knock down trees. It's obviously the roar is big enough to, be heard on almost any part of the island. And it seems to be close to the center of the island, where you also know there is a lake, because that's where the monastery was.
Well, it is not something you would want to get close to. It knocks trees down, and it will kill you.
Not unless we kill it first.
We've taken down the whole prison before, so
Literally.
this might be fine.
Also, what happened to, like, not necessarily killing it, Acacia?
Oh, did you just not hear me what I said earlier when I was looking at the trees and stuff? I said I was going to fuck this up and disregard what I said because
Okay, just checking.
this is an affront.
I don't disagree. I think throughout this conversation, Winnie is... She's been trying to just hold the mug like a normal person, but she's, like, fondling it accidentally, like, meditatively. There's just something soothing about it. How long have you been here?
My whole life.
That thing isn't like a estranged family member, right? Like,
No. It killed all my family, but it's not my
Oh.
family.
oh no!
I am sorry to hear that.
I mean,
You haven't gotten rid of it yet? And you still live here?
so a bunch of very talented, ferocious, and deadly monks were not a match. But if you think you are,
We have a history
Good
of bad
luck.
decisions.
yeah, I would never go after it on my own, but I can't really face the people of the town and the other islands because of what happened, but I can't go after it alone, so I just stay here.
What do you mean by what happened? You don't have to answer, but like I am just still confused why you're living here with this thing.
Well, I'm not really living with it. I'm kind of
Neighbors.
living. Yeah. Well, see, I grew up at. She like drains the rest of her mug, and starts leaning heavily on the stick, and continues. I grew up at the monastery, and one night this thing just showed up, and half of us were gone, and then the next night we went to fight it and get revenge and vengeance, and we were fighting, and I got knocked out, and when I woke up, everyone else was gone, and it was just me and it, and I couldn't face the town, and I couldn't find him, and I couldn't kill it, so now I just make a lottery.
Pretty standard
That's my
backstory, if you ask me.
story.
Yeah,
Bridget,
we're getting over that.
it really sounds like there's a lot of trauma, and we are not trying to open that wound for you, but we are definitely here to help.
Although we do have a habit of it. So sorry in advance.
Proximus,
Oh,
elbows,
mean-
Winnie. Come,
Well, better to be upfront about it.
you're right, you're right.
I live with it every day. If you think you can defeat it, I'm happy to guide you to its home base and lair. If you think you can kill it, then I might be able to face the rest of everyone again. Or I'll just die and then I don't have to. So either way works for me.
We'll call that plan B. I mean, having a guide would be really helpful, right? And, like, do you have, like, anything to protect yourself with? Like a little knife, maybe? Or, anything?
Can
Can you run really
see
fast?
she kind of stares at you and pats at her side, and you see there's like an axe hanging off her belt, and then she takes the stick that she was leaning on and starts just like waving it wildly around in like a drunken fashion, but what also looks like a very efficient and deadly fashion. It's very confusing.
Never underestimate an effective stick. You would also see me also having a staff strapped to my back.
I just kind of like salute with the stick towards you and your stick.
I think we all have, because I have a glaive, so
Stick.
yeah, I raise
A very
my pole
pointy
arm.
stick.
Yes, it's very pointy.
I have my rapier. I'm very pointy. Very metal stick.
I have a trident in a bag.
You haven't tried it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasted a whole infusion slot on it, and I never use it. So I should probably make something else one of these
Switch
days.
out your infusion.
Now it
Or
doesn't
sell it.
really seem like the time for it, but
Another day.
yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
since you are living here, and we are going to kill this thing. Maybe telling you why we're here and we're here to kill this thing might not be a bad idea since you're here. My island's refugees have been given the island to hopefully live here. And I hope that's not going to be a problem if we succeed.
No, I mean, I hold no claim to it. It's just no one else will touch it. And so I'm here. That maybe the ruins of the monastery are left. There's a nice lake at the center. If you can get there. I mean, I'll take you there if we survive, I mean.
Hey, and if it all works out, I know several people who would be interested in your camaraderie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like we
Darius
Most
and
of our ship,
Curio would
actually.
get a kick out of it.
Yes.
I'd love to make it a business venture of mine. So people being around would be helpful to get some of it moving, you know. I've got years of it stacking up
If
in there.
things go well today, maybe we'll just outfit all of the Redemption's new drinkware.
Oh, yes.
And the Bloodhounds.
No, just the Redemption. Just the Redemption.
Just the
for
Redemption?
Connery. Just the
Okay.
Redemption.
Honey will love that.
Oh yeah, I bet.
We'll need a Knoll-sized one, I think. Yes.
She's a little furry, so yeah.
Can do that.
She's kind of a big fur. I mean,
Anyway,
Thank you.
okay.
Right.
So how would you all like to proceed? The plan seems to be that you are going towards center of this island, figure out whatever this creature may be. Well, how are we doing this?
Did you need to leave now? What is your timeline?
I think maybe we should get some more information. If you have maybe any idea of what it looks like, how big it is, where it usually stays, we can come up with a plan.
You
I
want
like to draw in the sand, so I can
consistent
definitely.
work towards this goal, not just leave and come back, because we do have other plans we have to do. So, but I am all here for planning and not just getting killed as soon as we walk in the jungle.
Right. Yep.
Good plan.
do you know?
So-
Is it like? Oh,
Go ahead, Winnie.
is it like? Does it ever like fly around, or like have you been? It seems like you've been able to hide from it, so it's not like it.
So,
Or does
Brigid,
it
go ahead
not
and give
leave
me
the tree
a
line?
give me a history check with disadvantage, because you did hit your head. You saw this creature, you fought against it, hit your head, and that's kind of why it's been a little fuzzy since recalling everything about this. But you have kind of like seen it through the trees here or there.
How long ago did this happen? Based off what Winnie said and what Bridge said.
So we're probably talking 30 to 50 years,
Okay.
roughly.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so older than me. Cool. Love it.
I got a 13 for history.
Okay. So you know it doesn't fly, but mostly stays on land. The other thing that you've been pretty successful in doing is staying on the beach. It doesn't seem to come onto the sand. It stays in what used to be the verdant area, stays really close to that central lake. So probably needs water, uses the water in some way. That's at least, what you can kind of theorize. You haven't been back to that center area, but you do know that there's probably ruins left from the monastery. Definitely wasn't standing when you fled. Let's see, what were some of other Proximus' questions? It's like I said, pretty big. We're talking probably huge to gargantuan using like the D&D size category. So I mean, again, big enough to knock down trees. You heard the roar from it. So again, terrestrially based as best you can guess. And again, stays on the island. Like this isn't like a sea serpent where it's only staying in the lake and then can also go out to the rest of the sea. This is a creature which uses the lake, stays on land, and otherwise doesn't venture onto the beach. But I'm trying to remember if there were other things that you all had questions about. Okay, that's what Brigid can at least pull from her memory. Again, big thing, scary, took out a whole bunch of people at once, attacked in the night. So you have that.
I guess my only other question would be if it spoke any like language that Brig would have been able to identify.
I don't think Brig would have recognized any. This was bestial, monstrous kind of roaring.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. So you're telling me comprehend languages won't work?
But maybe
you might be able to comprehend.
Will.
Yeah.
Just translate into just all capital A's.
Just some big monster in monstrous, just saying, "Fuck this monastery."
Yeah, I'm gonna say no languages to be found on this. You could probably in a way to speak with animals, convey ideas if you were speaking telepathically. But yeah, no draconic of please stop.
Yeah, telepathy doesn't. I don't think it works unless the person you're
I know
talking
they
to
use
knows
a
a
certain
language.
intelligence threshold.
At least my ability, you can't talk with it unless it knows a language.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
So you want to go now, or?
I guess we could scope it out. I mean, how long does it take to get there? About, would you say?
Well, it depends on where it is. I mean, how long to the monastery? That I could tell you. How long till you run into it? Unknown. It does move around. It doesn't leave the trees, but it does move around in them.
I think the monastery is a great place to start.
The monastery's ruined, you said, right? It's not safe to hide inside if we needed to.
I mean,
I inferred a lot.
Probably not. It depends on how much rubble is left and hideable, but this creature it's a lot. Imagine your worst nightmare and then make it massive and having killed everyone you know, and that's what it is.
Huh. So Eula.
I was literally just about to say, Eula.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Y'all have one too.
We had one.
Well, we killed her.
People.
She's gone.
I mean, we were kind of like gods at the time, so that
Right.
Gods with a lower G. Yes.
Yes.
Temporary.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Strictly temporary.
isn't
But
that
yes, at least we could
something?
pick up the scent from the monastery if it goes back there often. Maybe we can start from there and then.
Yes,
track
I
it?
think the lake is its home base. I feel like finding it's not going to be a problem, for it is massive and it will want to immediately end you once it knows your presence. So I don't
Braxmas,
think
you know how
finding
to
it.
you know how to use scent to find something?
Who, me?
You just said we were going to sniff it out.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying in a figuratively speaking.
I might be the
way.
captain of the Bloodhound, but I'm not the Bloodhound.
But the Acacia has some new nature powers.
I'm still kind
I'm
of figuring
okay
this.
at tracking things, but I usually track things in the water. But I mean, whatever. I think we should just, if we know where its lair is, we should just go straight there then.
By all means, be my guest.
I'm still figuring out how they work.
No,
But I can see if I can figure out more details.
You're doing a really good job.
Yeah, let's call it that. Derek, are there animals around?
You have pretty good past perception, so I'll give you this. That's kind of like, the thing about this forest is it's pretty gross in the sense that like you are getting like I want to say like insects that eat dead things, but even then you don't hear like a lot of squawking of birds or like monkeys or anything. There are animals like around the beach. You can see kind of like fish in the surf, crabs, things like that. There are like beach birds, gulls and terns and things like that. But as you kind of look out to the forest, it has that eerie kind of quietness to it of a forest that really doesn't support life in a way that it should.
I'd like to make my way to one of the birds with, is it like a gull?
We can say there's a gull. Otherwise, there's like little sandpipers that are just like patting their feet along.
I'm going to choose a gull because those jerks love food and take out some rations.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm just going to like kind of lean down a little bit and be like, hey. And out of character, I am casting a spell.
Yeah, it like really big feet just pops over, kind of pops its wings out, and looks at you as you say, hey. Does it speak with animals?
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Could I get some of your help and I'll give you some food?
Food first.
Half food first, then the rest later.
What help?
Can you do a fly around and tell me where the biggest big thing is that's in the forest that doesn't... Big nasty energy?
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Well, I could do that.
With advantage, you're offering food.
I was about to say advantage. That is a dirty 20.
The gull kind of looks at you, looks at the food, looks at you, looks at the food.
I did give it half first.
Fine, half first, fly around.
Okay. Yeah, I give it half food and let it go.
It pops it into the big gullet, head turns back, and you watch as it stretches the wings, flaps off into the air, and goes flying off towards the forest. Are you all going to wait for it to come back?
I look at the rest of you. I kind of asked it to just take a look around, and we're going to see if it works, but it's also a bird.
Wow, judgy.
If it flies, it spies.
I was going to say that's also judgy, but the Flittons were very spying creatures.
Thronostellas.
I only ask if you're waiting because it is a somewhat sizable island.
I mean, if we leave, it's not going to know where to find us, is it?
It might. I mean, it is flying around and looking for things. It would find you.
I feel like
we can absolutely just cut forward to when it's there. I'm not trying to make you all feel bad about waiting for this bird. There is no clock on the table as to when you all do stuff.
No, we could wait by the tree line or something.
So waiting
Proximus
with your
stretching.
oratori. Yeah, Proximus stretches. You have oratori to appreciate. Brigid absolutely has alcohol. A couple hours later, the bird flies back down next to Acacia and kind of like waddles a little bit and goes, I sold things. What things
Where?
did you want? Lots of places. What were you looking for?
The big thing that's roars really loud.
I saw that by the center water.
I give it the rest of the food.
It was very big and colorful.
You're very pretty.
Thank you. I don't know what that is.
You will catch the attention of many, many female birds.
Oh, thank you.
All right, goodbye. Thank you.
Goodbye. The bird goes flapping off towards the horizon.
Says it saw it near the center water, which I'm assuming is where the monastery is.
Probably the center lake. Yeah.
I look at Brig. Center water's where the monastery is?
She's asleep, standing up,
Oh.
leaning on her staff, snoring
That's-
slightly, a little drool.
That's very impressive.
You're a centaur. Isn't that how you sleep sometimes?
Yes, but not the two-leggers.
Okay.
Two-leggers.
Wow.
I didn't need. It's just a descriptor. I didn't mean to be offensive.
Not inaccurate.
I've just never heard it before, considering I sometimes have 2 legs, sometimes have a fin.
Oh, okay.
It's not comfortable to sleep like that. It's not good for the human spine.
I tap her on her shoulder. I'm like 6'3", so I'm like sitting. I'm like kneeling next to.
Frick.
Yeah, but hey, I think we're ready to go. Good morning. Wake up! Oh, good God! Jeez,
Good
are
morning.
you okay?
Are you all still here? All right. Okay.
Not a figment of your imagination, no.
I was
Unfortunately,
wondering. I
we're
thought
still here.
maybe gives were a dream, but all right.
Nightmare? Maybe.
I mean,
Dream?
Oh,
No.
we
My
could be. How
nightmares
would
are
we
much
know?
scarier than y'all. Okay. Let's go. Are we going? Is that the plan? Let's go.
Yeah, lead the way.
All right. Onward.
Wonderful. As our party with their new friend, recently awakened, decide to go further into this island, we're going to go ahead and take our break. We will come back and see what wonderful, horrible, mysterious things that they happen to find on the island of Undertow. So we'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. I do want to say this game, as well as our next game, are in support of Project Hope, in support of Ukraine. So please consider donating to that if you are able to. If you do, or if you, do the Twitch stuff or the pally.gg stuff, it's all appreciated. It all benefits, again, great causes, but also impacts this game with crits, advantages, black spots, all that kind of stuff. It's all in chat. Check it out. Enjoy our wonderful commercials and ads for upcoming games, ongoing games, all that stuff. We'll be back in 10 to 15 minutes. Stick around. We appreciate you. Vast and welcome back to Horizons Call, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for the raid in the time of our break. I hope you had a nice break. I hope you did the things as you are supposed to do. We're going to jump right back into it, but before we do, I do want to reiterate that we are raising money for Project Hope. Thanks to the wonderful suggestion from our wonderful guest, Day. So Project Hope is benefiting Ukraine. Please consider donating there if you are so able. We will be raising money for that cause this game and next game. And if you do donate, you get to affect this game with crits, advantages, all that kind of stuff. It's all in the chat. Check it out. That said, we're going to jump right back in. So, as our party and their new companion leave the beach to go into the forest, what does this look like? Or do we have are we walking in a straight line? Who's leading? What are we kind of looking at for this?
Pause, Derek, because you do owe us a sea shanty.
I do owe you a sea shanty. You're absolutely right.
Thank you,
I
Liz.
completely forgotten. Thank you, Liz. Okay. So as mentioned before, let me stop this music because it's a little too serious for the song that I'm going to sing. As mentioned before, I do have a list, like a roll on a d20 kind of list of sea shanties, and Eva did pick this one for us. So this is a song by, apparently the artist is Smoky Bastard. So sometimes, sea shanties can be made newer, sea shanties still to this day, thanks to TikTok, of course, is still a great classification of music. This song is called My Son John. I am going to throw this out here just because sometimes with sea shanties, they can get a little bit ableist. This one has to do, it does use the term, blind as not a person who is sight impaired necessarily, kind of use it a little bit pejoratively, and also talks about somebody who has lost limbs, but it does it more in a piratey sort of way, so it's just throwing it out there. Okay. My son John was tall and slim, and he had a leg for every limb. But now he's got no legs at all, for he ran a race with a cannonball to me rude and da. Fought a riddle da, walk for the riddle to me rude and da. Well, were you drunk or were you blind when you left your two fine legs behind? Or was it sailing on the sea with your two fine legs right down to the knee to me rude and da? Fought a riddle da, walk for the riddle to me rude and da. I was not drunk, I was not blind when I left my two fine legs behind. Nor was it sailing on the sea with my two fine legs right down to the knee to me rude and da. Fought a riddle da, walk for the riddle to me rude and da. I was tall and I was slim and I had a leg for every limb. But now I've got no legs at all. They were both shot away on a cannonball to me rude and da. Fought a riddle da, walk for the riddle to me rude and da. There you go. There's a little bit of My Son John. A wonderful ditty about a man who lost both of his legs to a cannonball. Okay.
Ow.
That said, yeah, not great. Okay, let's get back to some sinister music. You all going into a cursed jungle. What could go wrong? No cannonballs out here. So who is leading your party as you make your way into the foliage?
I think me, right?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I'd also like to offer to be at the front of the line just because I can more easily get rid of some brush just for being large.
Mm-hmm. I would say like there were paths here, right? A lot of them are overgrown. Even where you're walking, you can kind of see some stones still set into the ground, indicating where walking paths were. It is, wide enough where you could walk 3 people across. So absolutely both of you could kind of be leading if that's something that you wanted to do. I will get perception checks from the 2 people in front, however.
Proximus would probably be on the other side.
Okay.
Winnie's short, so it kind of makes sense for her to be one of the ones in front.
It's just like a line of people and then Scarlet behind them.
Yeah.
It's the popular teenage girls at the mall where they walk like 5 people wide and nobody else can get through.
So who actually
motion.
is in front?
Right.
I'll be in front, and if there is anything, I have my stick. I can like whack some
for
foliage
sure.
away.
Yeah. Okay. Since we all
So,
can't be in front, I'll go in the back because I can actually see over everyone's heads.
There you go.
Okay. I will just get perception checks from everybody as you're going along, and anything else that anybody might be doing in addition to just being aware.
I got a 19 on my perception check.
Wonderful.
Oh.
I got a nat 1. I don't see shit. I'm still weirded out for Winnie being in my body.
I got a nat
16.
20. I'm hyper compensating for being in Scarlet's.
16.
I'm getting mine out right now. So
Winnie
that's a
saw what it's
7.
like to be tall.
30. So total, it's 30.
The heck,
Okay.
heck.
I have a 10.
Plus 10 to perception?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Why is she not the scout every time?
Attention span.
Because no one trusts her with anything. I think it's my feats.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So yes, like I said, if any of you are doing anything besides being perceptive, please shout out. Otherwise, the stuff that you're kind of picking up on, I'm going to get to Winnie's 30 here in a second. For those of you like in the 17 to 20-ish area, you're getting, again, a lot of rot in this area. Again, that smell is very overwhelming, especially when you get into the denseness of the trees, and that smell kind of like pushes in, and it's oppressive around you. And again, you're seeing that like bark is sloughing off of trees, vines are seemingly rotting. I would say the thing you're picking up is that this forest is in this weird stasis of fighting to stay alive. Again, it has the things that it needs to exist, but something is continuously rotting it and seemingly like drawing life away from it. As you're moving through, kind of cutting away, it's kind of like, here's what I want to describe it. It's like when you get lettuce or spinach and you leave it in the fridge for too long and it starts to get wet somehow and like brown. It's like everything is just wet and rotting in that sense. So even as you're cutting away leaves, there's a moisture to them, like a gunk that seems to come out of them. Winnie, as you're moving along and you're not necessarily in the front, but you're kind of just scanning the sides, you would note that there are, from what you can tell, remnants of other people who did try to settle here. You can see shacks every now and then that are kind of just like ramshackle, maybe knocked down, bits of wood that are definitely manufactured at one point or another. Again, you notice the stones in the ground. You would also note that as you're passing through a bit of a clearing, there's a wagon, which seems to have been smashed through the middle. And I'm gonna say you don't necessarily know any like bodies or anything, but there definitely was a level of violence here from the stains all kind of on the wagon itself. And it seems like something, I'm with a 30, something stepped on it to smash through it.
I don't want to linger. But anything that is big enough to like smash a wagon, I mean, we're already planning on being kind of careful, but like maybe just like a little extra smidgen of careful. And I think I'm gonna have little Jeffrey. He's already out and like flying next to me, and I'm gonna take his little dagger and like put it in his little fin, like his little magnetic fin, to just like cut brush back. This is just like like he's not attacking anything with.
No, he has a little lever on his back for the karate chop action. Absolutely, yes. Yeah. He cuts away as you're moving through.
Yeah.
While we're walking, Acacia looks, just for everyone else's reference, Acacia does look, for lack of a better term, and just because it's fun to say, green around the gills. For whatever this is going on is definitely making me feel very uncomfortable, and I look it. But I nod with Winnie in agreement in terms of, yeah, let's be careful.
I told y'all it was big.
You did. That's true. You absolutely did. Hey, like how far is it from here, would you say, to the monastery?
Probably going to be getting like towards the middle of the evening. Like the sun's going to be going down by the time you get to the monastery, I would say.
Well, it'll be dark, I'll tell you that.
There are some of us that can see in the dark. Can you?
Oh.
I don't think so.
That's a good. I could never remember halflings.
I can't remember if halflings.
I don't think I can.
Halflings see in the dark.
I'm pretty sure I can't.
I think they're
Halflings,
one of the only-
humans, and dragonborns cannot see in the dark.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh man.
No, but I'm very perceptive. And you don't know if she's...
It won't help if you can't see in the first place.
Can't,
Right.
Well, my other senses become heightened when I lose my sense of sight.
oh. That's
Brigade
So you're
is
like a
Daredevil.
bat? Do you know how to use echolocation?
Yes.
Is seeing in the dark something you would want? I've wanted to ask because, like, if it just happens, that's probably gonna like rock your world, and not in like the best sort of way.
I mean, if you're asking if I can still find my way, I can find my way, and the sun will be setting as we get there. I'm just saying, if we keep going, we should get there as the sun is setting. And
Acacia,
Yes, Winnie.
if we're going into dangerous territory
Mhm.
in the dark,
Yes.
I don't. Would it behoove us? That wasn't a joke, but I'm gonna laugh anyway.
Okay.
Proximus, stop it. Maybe to do like a little linky link.
Yes. Good point.
Okay.
And I will look at everyone in turn and activate my psychic telepathy. Bridget, you would all of a sudden hear me talking to your brain mentally.
oh my god, can everyone else hear that?
Hi. Yeah. They're kind of used to it, but yes, hi. I can talk to you. We can stay in contact without having to speak out loud and maybe give our position away.
Oh,
No, not little Jeffrey. Okay, it's gonna last 5 hours for everyone's reference.
But do be careful with
Oh.
what you think about, because we can hear that too.
butts.
Yes. That happened the first time, I believe.
Wait, we can hear each other's thoughts even when we don't want each other to?
No, that's not how it
Thank
works.
you. Just wanted to make sure.
Scarlet, I do not want to know what your innermost thoughts are.
You definitely don't. You were in my brain, Winnie.
But also, Winnie, if you do have a way for Bridget to see in the dark, because not that I don't doubt your amazing senses when one of your other ones is cut off, cutting off having one of your senses cut off still is kind of sucks. If it does like ambush us.
Oh, are you? I honestly don't know if y'all are real or if I just drank too much last night, but I'm down for it either way.
Frigate, you could swear that when little Jeffrey does that, he goes, Simba.
So apparently I was muted. I sent little Jeffrey over to bestow dark vision like a blessing.
Oh no, we got heard.
For the audience.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you, Liz.
Yeah, Eva has to unmute herself twice.
Just once, but I'm bad at it.
I'm gonna get you an Elgato just so you can tap the button on top.
I
Right.
have it. I just haven't reset it for the new. I know. I'm so bad.
Anyway, dark vision bestowed upon Brigid as you continue to move the jungle. Again, it's going to take you probably until like early to mid-evening, before you get to where the monastery was, where the edge of the lake is, where the monastery was. Because it's a somewhat sizable lake at the center. I will note that as you were moving through, there's kind of a valley to this island. And you would note that there's, again, a lot of plants here that are trying, flowers that are trying to bloom, but just seemingly can't. Trees here that are trying to thrive, but otherwise rotting. So you get the idea that, like, this could be a very beautiful place if you could just figure out what is poisoning the earth here. Anything any of you want to do before you get to the monastery?
Proximus would like to, every 2 hours, do the Divine Sense to check if anything has changed in the... It's like checking for,
Sure.
Is it getting more? Or am I feeling it more?
Yes, in
that I
the
had
sense of like
prior.
cold to warm, you are
Right.
getting warmer
Warmer.
towards rot. But I'm gonna say 60 feet. Is there anything I want to resolve that, but is there anything else anybody wanted to do while you're moving along?
Nothing like mechanically beneficial, but like Acacia does occasionally when we go by a like small group of flowers that's really trying to like bloom. I'll choose like a couple of like the best ones and like pick them and bring them with me. Kind of weave them into my staff.
Yeah, there's an abundance of a very specific type of flower. It's a white flower that you can't really determine exactly what it is just yet. You kind of get like it's like almost like an off-white because it's rotting. But you feel that if you could, make it healthy, you could probably determine what it is.
Yeah. I start to druid craft it into my staff, some of them into my staff.
Aww.
Perfect.
Hopefully that will assist its healing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, you do note as you work it in that the flowers begin to almost heal, that they've been taken away from this negativity, this thing that's been holding them back, and they do begin to thrive a bit once they're
Good
introduced to
vibes
the staff.
only.
As we're walking along, I would like to ask Brig, hey, so you fought before, right? Like,
Yes.
and you like to drink, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you want, I have something that you might find useful at some point. Like in a fight, not like outside of a fight. And she's gonna hand you a potion of boldness, an elixir of boldness. What is it? A reagent, an experimental elixir. You can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to every attack roll and saving throw you make for the next minute. It is like a dark purple with some glitter in it. She didn't add glitter to the mixture. You wouldn't know that, but it is of questionable, like, provenance. It's pretty tasty. You might find it useful. Not everyone likes my drinks, but they're handy.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
It smells like fizzy grape.
Great. Sorry, can you repeat one more time what the mechanics of it are?
Yeah, I'll put it in the Zoom chat too, but it's yeah, you roll a d4 and add the number roll to every attack roll and saving throw you make for the next minute. That one's actually pretty handy. I don't know if I've had that one before.
She always gives us ones that turns our face into something else.
Or, switches bodies.
That's my special one.
Right.
Sometimes I make healing potions.
Or antlers
Sometimes
or something.
They're flying potions.
Right.
Well, I am honored to receive this potion. May the gods bless your heart.
Aw.
Oh.
Why aren't you all ever nice about it?
Do we need to go back to what happened earlier?
Yeah, Proximus just starts walking.
I didn't make that potion, to be clear.
You drank it, though, and that's why I gave it to Acacia.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Acacia, can I have my potion back?
No.
Oh.
Oh,
if
Proximus
we live,
starts
maybe.
running away. So, I am not going to be close.
Wait, don't go too far.
Oh, yep.
There is one more thing. You will also get temporary hit points equal to 2d6 plus 4. Holy cow. Why do you guys ever drink my elixirs?
Right.
I'm putting that in the Zoom chat also.
Thank you.
Ooh.
I am nimble and quick.
You jumping over candlesticks over there?
Why would I do that?
Old nursery rhyme, sorry.
Oh. Right. Well, shall we continue on?
You all do. Continuing on through this rotting jungle. Proximus, I do want to resolve, since you're doing this every couple of hours, it's as, Brigid, you can tell that you're getting close. You can start to see remnants of where the monastery was, or at least like the outskirts of where the monastery was. Fallen bits of archway, an old wall that used to be there, this road that you all are seemingly following. And Proximus, it's at this point that a couple of things happen. First of all, Acacia with your passive perception, Winnie with your passive perception, Scarlet with your passive perception. I didn't realize you all were so perceptive. You all feel a thrum go through the ground. Like something, like this is T-Rex walking, where you can feel the reverberations of something walking. And Proximus, you pick up specifically like the subtle scent of undead.
In your brain, you hear Proximus say, "Okay, it is a big undead something."
I could tell it's big. Yes, I can feel it.
Yes.
I don't like that it's undead.
I really don't like that it's undead.
I don't like it at all.
I am going to move you all over to a battle map.
Oh, I love that for us.
As you enter sort of a clearing where you have now, Brigid has led you to where the monastery was. You can see the edge of the lake, which you can smell.
Are we supposed to be seeing something? I only see black.
Maybe try. You only see black
on the screen.
Yeah.
Do you have it set for like player reveal?
Zoom out.
Does Roll20 even have dynamic lighting?
Yeah, it does now.
Okay,
let me see if I can reveal everything, because it might have turned it on automatically.
Yeah, you might be able to do that from the page setup.
Here we go. Anyway, while I'm doing this, did that work?
No.
No, cool. Okay.
Love that for us.
While I try to figure this out, there is a lake at the far end, which you can get a putrid smell coming off of, and you can even see where it's lapping at the dirt, that it is a bit green. The dirt is trying to go with grass, but again is rotting. There's not a lot here. There are stones everywhere from the monastery, and then I would say your brains finally register what this thing is. Let's see. We can do dynamic lighting. That does anything.
I don't like it when
try.
It takes our brains a minute to catch up to what we're seeing. I feel like that's bad news. Beholders.
Yeah, rectangle.
I don't know why I said that
scary
bears
at all.
exist in D&D. I could have just said bad news bears.
It almost looks like a tree at first. Did that do anything? No? Okay.
No.
Folks, we might have to go to break, and I might have to re-upload this map. So
Okay.
let me do that real quick. We'll be right back. We're just, I'm gonna fix this real quick.
Yeah.
Stick around, please.
Hold on to your butts. We'll be right back.
Bye.
All of
Roll
them.
20. Hey, we're back. I figured it out. Okay. Roll 20 doesn't make anything easy. So yes, you see the image before you. And this creature, if you want to call it that, again, appears much like a tree, but as you see it walking, you determine that this plant-like thing is not necessarily a plant, or at least not one that you might be familiar with. It has this stenching bloom on the top of it, almost like an Ent from Lord of the Rings that is flowering.
Like a
And with
corpse
all of these-
flower?
Very similar to a corpse flower. If you are familiar with that, this would be like almost a bipedal, much larger than a corpse flower would be. And yes, to Acacia's point, with the past perception that many of you have, you can see that among the petals and leaves of this thing, these intertwining vines and limbs that this creature seems to have, it has skeletons, corpses that it seems to have absorbed into its form. It has two very long arms with these simulacrums of hands at the ends, and this almost like scorpion-esque vine that seems to be extending from the back, almost like a tail that comes up and around and is moving back and forth like it's picking up scents in the air. It does not seem to notice you and seems to be moving towards the water. With every step, you can feel that thrum kind of going through the ground. How would you all like to proceed?
I kind of want to go home.
I freeze. I kind of like.
I guess you know what that is.
Nothing I've ever seen before. I'll try and roll, Derek, but I don't think I have enough knowledge to.
Acacia would
know
probably
what this
have
is.
the best chance because yes, this is more of a terrestrial. Corpse flowers are more of a terrestrial thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Than something you'd find underwater.
I got just a 15 flat because I don't have any modifier on nature or anything. So
What I'll give you with the 15, this feels like a corpse flower, but there's something different about it. It has a different quality to it. I will tell you all that this is its own thing. This is not something that you would necessarily find in any of the official books, but has been modified somewhat from a corpse flower.
responding to Scarlet, it's some kind of corpse flower, but if I had to take some kind of guess, a corpse flower that is on magical amping juices that's making it much more scary and dangerous.
So you say corpse flower. Does that mean it's dead?
It's still technically a plant, but like if it's, well, at least a normal corpse flower is technically a plant, so they consume corpses. But like this
given
is
the look of this one, I assume it's the same.
a little different. How so? I could not tell you.
Neat for going in blind.
From what Proximus said, though, maybe something with an undead aspect instead of just consuming the dead. Maybe it is a undead, but like,
Don't like that.
I don't know. I don't like it, but also I'm here to fuck it up.
I'm good with that. I guess.
You okay, short stack?
Are you okay?
Just like catatonic.
Yep. I don't think so.
If you want to head back, we can handle it from here.
Get me the phone.
No. Oh, sorry. What's the plan? What are we doing? What's going on?
Watch the
Alright.
creature lumbers forward. Lumbers. It's not very fast.
And we could do hit and run tactics, but also, I don't know.
I mean, do y'all have things that go far and damage good?
I mean,
I'm
kinda.
better at hitting things when they're within the range of my fists.
Me too.
Same here.
Right.
I believe we can we can do all of those things. We have some arranged people. We have some upfront people. What would you prefer?
It moves
Me?
forward again.
What?
Do we set the
I-
whole island on fire and just hope for the best?
No! I'd like to try and save these plants if possible.
From fire, flowers bloom.
Game over, man.
Just nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
It's like a controlled burn. They do it all the time.
I don't know if
Used to.
these goopy flowers and plants will ignite.
All right. I say maybe try and get a jump on it if we can and take it out from here. Move in if we have to.
I mean, as soon as it knows we're here, I assume it will lumber towards us, and then we will be closer to it for the hitting.
True.
Should we take it out by multiple different positions instead of putting all of us in the same area, but maybe spreading out? It's already so far away.
It has just
It
reached
keeps
the water,
moving.
and you would see that its vines have like almost gone towards the water and seem to be drinking. And this plant is feeding.
Does anyone have fire for it might be effective on that creature?
Oh, I have some.
I have a
fire.
little bit.
I have a lot of lightning too.
Can I tell what it's doing besides just like consuming fluids?
Yeah, it's drinking. It has not noticed you all, from what you can tell.
Mhm.
From what you can tell, this thing doesn't have like a nose or ears or eyes. It
Like a
is
consciousness.
I would say there's a consciousness there in
Well,
the sense that this thing is
sentience is a better way to put it.
maybe, yeah. This thing is doing what a plant would do, I suppose, if a plant was, ambulatory, is go towards the things that it sustains off of.
Do you?
And Acacia, I would note you do from your perception, it's the only I think Acacia on this one. You do note that there are other skeletons and dead bodies near the water.
All right. Also, maybe try and stay away from the water. There are a lot of corpses.
Mm.
Gross.
Do you want me to try setting it on fire?
I did kind of like the idea of going from different angles so that it could not get us all in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
Me thinks back to the lightning bolt hitting a bunch of us all at once.
Right.
Or what's
Maybe we
Yeah.
just surround one side.
Yeah, yeah.
No cross.
Don't cross
No,
streams.
Don't cross.
It's a lake, not a
precisely.
stream.
Proximus.
maybe me, Bridget, and then someone else, or maybe Proximus, the physical folks who want to get in close, go
Right.
from one side, and then Scarlet and Winnie go on from the other.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
So, Brig, I am going to kneel down next to Brig and touch her on the shoulder and give her and cast warding bond at second level. This gives you +1 to AC and saving throws as long as you stay within 60 feet of me.
+1 to saving throw and what?
And your AC.
Okay. Wow, it's been 30 years since anybody touched me, and now what most of you have. This has been an interesting day.
We are here to help? Question mark?
And be friends.
Yes, of course.
Big question mark on the friends thing.
Well, most
Well,
of us-
you're not enemies, at least currently, so.
We will help you destroy this trauma of yours.
Why, thank you. God's blessings on your heart, sir.
God's blessings indeed.
Which god?
Right. Yeah.
Don't ask questions. Okay.
Don't
you
ask
all
the
are going-
questions you don't really want the answers to.
Right.
Is it
exactly.
Curdle Mac?
It's not.
Complicated history.
Yeah.
If you all have a battle plan in mind, let's go ahead and roll for initiative, please.
No.
All right.
Initiative time. Let's go.
That's
These D20s have not
dirty
liked
19.
me tonight.
9.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I'll put
Oh,
it in.
hell yeah.
Oh,
I got a
gosh.
30.
A 30?
Ow.
I rolled a nat 20 and I have a +10 to initiative.
Oh my god.
Sheesh. Mageesh. All right. Wow, here we are.
Derek, I think
Acacia
I'm
really
first.
wants this thing dead.
I do.
Yeah, it's Acacia's like seething.
Derek, if I'm not first, we're gonna have words.
I don't see how you couldn't be unless Mikyl is somehow going to pull something out of his ass.
Oh, no. Mine's an 18, but...
I was more
18,
concerned about the plant, dude.
Oh, no. No, I have determined it is not that fast.
Acacia.
Yeah, the only thing
The
that the
lumberer,
plant beat
not a
was Winnie.
sprinter.
Indeed.
Sorry. Yes, Eva.
Winnie's just going to. I can't remember if we can do like private one-on-one.
We can, because I think like in like the very first like when we first met, we determined like I'm the switchboard.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
You're just gonna hear like a distracted Winnie think at you. Hey, so if you want to be big, bada boom, I can make you big, but I gotta do the fire thing first, if that's okay.
I think it would be better if I was best kept nimble for this.
Yeah, you just let me know. But
if I need to
like
grapple
Godzilla.
it, I'll let you know.
yeah.
How
Let them
big
fight.
is it, by the way? Like,
Oh yeah.
but
This is a huge sized creature. So we're talking like what's a comparative creature? Like a storm giant or like a frost giant. So
like
we're
20
talking
feet tall.
yeah, what is that? It's so 5, 10, 15 feet around, like it's kind of in the 15 to 40 foot range.
Is
So
it-
we're on the upper end of like 40 feet.
Possessed by the spirit of a scientist's daughter, perchance?
No, good Godzilla reference though. This is not Biolanta.
Just checking.
I'm upset. I just did that reference. Okay, let's switch over to the music, and I hope that's the right song.
It
I got,
sounds
a
Nope,
intense.
it's not.
I got a
Way too
17
intense.
if I never said it.
You posted it. I saw that. I appreciate
Okay.
it. That's a good one. Acacia, you are first. You have this something corpse flower feeding from the water. It has not noticed you.
Do we
what
get
would
to
you like
move
to do?
into position first?
You sure can.
Before...
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna follow Scarlet wherever you think we're hiding, but
I'm going to go to the right
okay,
for everyone
then
else's reference.
I think we're going left. Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll go right.
Okay. So I'm going to go. Actually, hold on. I'm going to get a little closer, I think. I like how Derek is also doing his things.
I don't. Glad you
The
do.
reason that I'm doing that is because
know.
this thing, if you're going to get that close, it is aware of you. I will say you
Oh.
can get within 60 feet of it before it is aware of you. So if you could move yourself to where you are out of 60 feet, except for Acacia,
Oh,
that's probably where we're going to, because otherwise this thing will.
All right,
Do something.
I am at the 65 to 70
That
foot
works.
range.
Okay.
So I will start roughly there. In that case, I unsheathed my very woody quarterstaff that looks like a branch.
how?
Mhm.
Breathe heavily, and I'm going to cast a spell, actually.
Okay.
I am going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Oh heck yeah!
Let's see how to do things. So that is a +7 for Guiding Bolt.
Day, do you have control over?
I was like, I can't move it.
Let me double check, because I thought for sure I gave that to you.
I might just not be doing this right.
In players' journals, it should be. Let's see. You have the cursor selected in the top left.
Yes.
Okay. You should just be able to click her. Well, I don't know the cursor.
I think you click and then you can click and drag because
Yeah.
it just pinged me when I first tried to do it.
I just keep making a blue box when I do that.
Yeah. So once the blue box is there, you can then drag her and move her from there.
But no, I'm like selecting it's like she's not moving. It's weird.
Okay.
I can.
Where would you like her to be? I can move her for you.
I was just gonna stick with Acacia because
Okay.
the three of us were gonna go one way, right?
I will put you right there if that works.
I would have offered for you, since you're short, if you wanted to hop on.
How exciting! I've never.
Okay. I will put you on the back of the centaur then.
So many. How high up am I now?
Average horse height.
Whoa.
What is that? Like 5.5?
Eva, how
what is
high
that?
is
that?
Depends.
I think
Yeah,
we
like
put
5.
at your waist, at Acacia's waist, I think is 6 foot.
I don't think it's 6 foot. I think it's only like 5 feet at the way.
Because when I drew them next to, like on the graph, I put, I think at
Withers
6
were
foot
probably
was-
talking like 4.5 feet. So
I was
like
saying,
at your
higher
human
than
waist.
I've ever
I
been
think when I was
Yeah.
talking to Eva when I first made Acacia, I think in terms, I was the, like for how many hands I was, and that's I think at the shoulder, I was like roughly 5 feet at the shoulder. At
okay.
5 feet equivalent worths of hands.
okay.
4'9"
Anyway,
is
Acacia,
her
you had a
math.
guiding bolt.
I'm looking.
Sorry,
at a
I cast
reference.
Guiding Bolt and I got an 18.
18 absolutely will hit.
Okay, so Acacia's little staff does glow and sparkle with a bunch of shining lights. Her first actual consciously casted spell in this game as a druid, and I rolled 17 points of damage. It is radiant, and the light sticks around, making it shimmer and twinkle, because and the next roll made against this target before the end of my next turn has advantage, thanks to the mystical dim light glittering on the target. So whoever goes next has advantage.
Fantastic.
Not me.
Anything else for your turn?
No, Shillelagh.
Shillelagh, you got it. So as you light up your staff, as you have cast this guiding bolt at this creature, you all would watch almost, it doesn't turn around. It's like the flower and the skeletons in it shift to face towards you, now aware of something else. And as the flower petals shake and vibrate, it's almost like air is being pushed through this creature as the skeletons scream. And with that,
Skeletons scream.
it's like they're pushing air through the bones to kind of like roar outwards.
But the skeletons.
It's coming through the skeletons. It's coming from the flower in general. I'm going to reference The Ruins and hope that somebody saw that movie in the way that like the flowers can make little noises and sound like people and sound like a phone ringtone. Anyway, Scarlet, it is your turn.
Okay. I would like to cast Tasha's Otherworldly Gaze
Mm-hmm.
and choose the upper plane, so I am immune to radiant necrotic damage.
Okay.
And I get 2 attacks if it is a cantrip, and Firebolt is a cantrip for me, so I would like to use Firebolt twice for this bad boy. That is a 23 and a 27 to hit.
Or both will hit.
Wonderful. That's great news. I need to find all of my D10s. I haven't used 3 D10s in a very long time. So the first one has 18 points of damage, fire damage.
Okay.
And the second one has 23 points of damage. I have to do math.
Okay.
Math is very hard.
Okay. So Scarlet, you taking your otherworldly visage, fire these firebolts left, right, blast them into this creature. You would watch as the fire, almost like Brigid had kind of noted with how kind of like goopy and wet the forest is. The flames do damage, but they're almost like doused before they can really catch on what would otherwise be this plant-like creature. That it's almost like the rot has a tough time catching fire. Like I said, does damage, just not as much as it should have.
And as my free action, I would like to yell to the rest of my friends, fire doesn't work!
Perfect. Anything else for your turn?
No, that is it.
Damn.
With that, Proximus, it is your turn.
Also, I want to let Brigitte know that you also take resistance to all damages with a wooden
Alrighty.
bond. So
While you're within 60
I
feet.
continue to raid the new spell that I have, and so yes, Proximus. As you look at Proximus, he is seeming very calm with his glaive out, and he starts to spin the glaive around his body, shuttle breathing. First form, solace of the seas, and aura of the infinite seas. You see incorporeal water move from his body in 30 feet radius sphere, and everyone within that, which is Keisha, Brigid, and Proximus, get 1d6 plus my paladin level. So that is 11 points of temporary hit points.
I love temp hit
Ew.
points. Thank you.
Little buffer, because we are going to probably take some damage.
Yeah. So
He
the
is
spell
then going
emanates.
to-
Please.
Oh, yeah, and then he is going to, as a bonus action, use 2 sorcery points. And you see, as he is still spinning the glaive around his body, that his gem on his forehead lights up, and he casts 10th form piercing current, and lightning bolt erupts from his forehead at 100 feet, which should hit this being. Oh yes, in a straight line. Is it still attached to the stuck in the water?
It is, yeah.
Oh, so yes, it is a dexterity saving throw, I believe.
Okay. What is the DC?
And that's a DC 17.
It fails.
So that is at 4th level. How many? That is 9d6. Seven.
I'm very excited to see how much damage you can.
That is 24, and then 3 more. 36 points of damage.
Okay.
From lightning bolt.
Proximus, I'm so sorry. I hate to keep punishing you for lightning bolt. When I said that this was a modified corpse flower, I meant that this was actually a corpse flower which I have mixed with a shambling mound. If you're familiar with shambling mounds, Proximus, you fire a lightning bolt at this creature in the water, so the damage is doubled. But you would watch as the flowers seem to absorb this electricity that seems to thrive in this creature's body. Even the corpses within, flowers kind of blooming in them, almost Calavera-esque, seem to be emboldened, empowered in a way. And this creature will take 72 hit points to add to its hit point.
Proxy, what did you do? Proximus, what did you do?
We can leave at any point. I'm just saying that this trauma might not be the one that you want to
We can find a
deal
new
with
island.
right
This is
now.
fine.
Is it supposed to be looking healthier?
Well,
Oh dear!
glowing,
Oh,
right?
Did you make me
oh
waste
my.
all of that, Proximus?
Oh,
glowing
no. Oh,
in
no.
so many different ways. I
would
really
almost say
love the colors
vibrant.
of the. Yes, the bloom looks great.
Yeah.
And then he flies 40 feet up.
Okay. And then he just runs. Brig, it is your turn.
It definitely knows we're here now, right?
Oh yeah, I would say so.
Right. Okay, so then I'm gonna flip off of Acacia's back.
Mhm.
And then I was thinking I think I can move 10 extra feet because I don't have any armor on.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, so then I'll move 55 feet closer.
Okay.
If it lets
so
me
what
move
is-
me. Oh wait, 50.
I don't know why it's not, but I'll move you up here.
Yeah.
I'll be
Thank
right there.
you. Sorry, I don't know why that's not working.
We might need to reload the page, but we can worry about it next time.
Sure. And I'll just scream for my family as I run at it. And I take my staff and my quarterstaff, and I can hit twice with it, right?
You can, yeah.
Okay. So I'll just look at one of its, or like, does it look like if I tried to like knock or crush skeletons attached to it, that would damage it? Or should I like go for like a vine?
Yeah, I would say like the skeletons are part of its structure. Absolutely. If you're going to smash a skeleton, you could definitely weaken it.
It's like armor. Okay, so I'll start smashing at the skeletons, like trying to like knock heads off and like and whatnot.
Go for it.
Okay. 11 plus 6, 17 to hit.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Okay. And then just roll both attacks. 16 to hit.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Okay. 1d8. Where are you? Here you are. Oh God, no, not over there. So the first one is 6 damage, and the second one is 5 damage.
Okay. 11 points of damage with your staff just smashing into the side of this thing.
Correct.
Awesome. Yeah. Anything else for your turn?
Let's see. I think.
And did you have something that gave you a bonus to attacks? Wasn't there an extra D4 or something from the something you drank or something?
I didn't drink it yet.
Okay, that's what it
was. The elixir
of
boldness. Yeah, I hadn't drank it yet. I guess I'll spend a key point to do flurry of blows.
Sure.
Why not? And that's 2 unarmed strikes. Okay. Ooh, no, that is. What is 8 plus 6? I don't like math. Low. 14.
14 just barely misses.
Okay, yeah, and that was even worse probably. So wait, 7 plus 6, 13, right? 13.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm angry and I'm missing.
It's all good. Anything else for your turn?
No, that's it.
Okay. It is now the shambling corpse flower's turn. And let's see, with Brigid right there, it's kind of hard to pick another enemy.
Sure.
Let me make sure that this thing. Corpse flower. Okay. This one has these. The following. Okay. So this thing is going to do 2 things on its turn. The first thing is it is going to reach down with one of its arms to, use that word for something that is humanoid shaped, but not a humanoid. And it is going to disperse at one of the corpses out on the ground. That will then go shambling with these flowers, seemingly, almost these mini corpse flowers as part of its form, urging it forward towards the rest of you. While the corpse flower itself goes to slam down on Brigid. So I'm going to take 2 attacks here. That is, they were both 17s with a +7 to hit. So I'm assuming that's going to hit Brigid. Okay.
For sure.
So Brigid, you're going to take 26 points of damage. And this corpse flower is going to start to engulf you. So it is going to basically, the vines are going to wrap around you as this arm slams down on you twice, and it's going to start incorporating you into its form. So you are currently grappled. If you can't break out by your next turn, you will be blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe. So on your next turn, I'll have you break out with a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Until then, so I'm going to basically move you into this thing's form. Let's see, we are at the zombie's turn. So now that there is a zombie out there, it is going to move, 20 feet? So 15, 20. Zombie's going to keep moving forward. It seems just like it can't necessarily tell where any of you are because you're kind of getting the corpse flower doesn't know exactly where any of you are. You're still outside of its blind sight range. So it is searching currently. And that is the end of its turn. Well, actually, no, it might as well go the 40 because it has nothing else to do. There we go. With that, Winnie, it is your turn. I'll move little Jeffrey up next to you.
Oh, thank you. I missed him somehow. Okay. As a free action, Winnie is going to offer a prayer to Handsheath to protect his most noble halfling from harm.
You know what? This is a drunken monk. You're praying to a god of alcohol. Make a religion check.
Hilariously, my d20 was hiding behind my mead. 18, 28.
Good to know. What would you like to do for your turn?
I would like to know why you said good to know. I would like to, as my action, Winnie is going to, cast Acid Arrow, I suppose, at the shambling corpse flower, and see if acid does any good to it, I suppose. And I don't... I'm actually paying attention this time. That is a 18, 27, 31 to hit.
Yes, the 31 will hit. A 14 barely missed, but yes, the 31, that doesn't do it.
Look, I actually read my stuff this time, so I'm taking everything I can get. That is going to be 13 acid damage.
Okay.
I think. Yes.
Okay.
And then I, as my bonus action, I would like to cast Sanctuary on Brig, I guess.
Okay.
Oh.
And she's within range?
Nope. Just kidding.
Okay.
And I'm not getting close enough to cast it, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Source. And I'm not going to get closer, so I'm just going to hang out here for now.
Okay. So with that, we have cast lightning on this creature. We have cast firebolts on this creature. Acid seems to have done the trick. Yes. And a zombie has been dispersed outwards at you after a guiding bolt, I should note. As Brig has been seemingly eaten partially by this creature. As we start the next round, Acacia, what would you like to do?
And I will, like, through the mental link, say, like, hey, I think that might have taken hold. It didn't make it better anyway.
Okay. I am going to... How far away am I? I'm pretty far. I am going to just get right up on him because our new halfling friend has been consumed by something, so I am using my bonus action to dash to get up there. Would my sneak attack have effect as long as there's... Because technically another enemy is within melee?
I'll give it to you.
Brig.
I mean, I think after the boost Proximus gave it, I might as well.
Okay, I will raise my dagger and stabbed, specifically in the rough area of where Bridget is.
Okay.
Because, yeah. That is only a 13.
A 13 will not hit.
Okay, I'm going to use an advantage then to
Okay.
roll it again.
Yes, and Day, you do have advantage as well, should you want to use it at any point.
Okay,
right.
that's I'll take it. Nat 20. So I am going
That'll
to do a lot of sneak attack damage.
Please do.
That's going to be 10d6 of sneak attack, and then 2d4 from my dagger. How many do you...
So while Acacia
43.
is rolling,
43 plus an extra 6, so 49 points of
49.
damage.
okay.
Yeah, let's do this.
This thing is finally less healthy than it was than when you first encountered it. Yes, Acacia, go ahead and describe it, the stabbing. It's not dead or anything, but still, that's a lot of damage.
It is a lot of damage. So basically, I am charging up as fast as I can to get up on this thing, completely running past this like corpse that they sent out at us.
Mhm.
As hard as I can, full speed, stabbing it near Bridget, not on Bridget, because that's bad.
Fair enough.
I'm sure it smells so bad.
That is something to know, is that actually, yes, Brigid and Acacia,
Brigid.
the stench is overbearing at this point, and you're getting sickened by it, almost poisoned by it, you might say.
Eat that.
With that, Scarlet, it is your turn. Or, I'm sorry, Acacia, do you have anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's it. I can
Okay,
do
cool.
everything that I could.
Scarlet, go for it.
I have been poorly warlocking this entire time. As level 11 a warlock, I've had 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Poor Kaila.
I have been fucking up this entire time. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna rectify that mistake. I'm not worried about the zombie, the skeleton, whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm gonna aim all 3 blasts on our friend right in front of me. I will move from the rock though, so I can get a good cast. All 3, but I do still have Tasha's guys on, so that means I get 6.
By all means.
I don't have 60 20s on me, so we're just gonna do these in 2 sets of 3. 14, 24,
That'll hit.
25.
That'll hit. Has an AC of 15. So if you hit
Wonderful.
15 or above.
So I got 2 of
Yeah,
them.
2 so far.
Okay. With a total of 16 points of damage on that one.
Okay.
And second round, we have a natural 19.
Yep.
I'm trying to do math in my brain. It's not working. 17 and a 17.
All
So
will
all
hit.
3. All 3 hit on that one. With a 21 points of damage.
So all in total, 37 points of damage. Go
Yes.
slamming into this thing as again, I mean, you're double fisting these spells plus 1.
Yes.
But I guess in 6 you're still double fisting, so that mathematically makes sense. Yeah, and you're watching as these things definitely, this force damage is impacting, blasting away bits of vine here, bits of flower petal there. You know, a skeleton gets part of its self blasted away, which it had been using as a bit of its structure. Anything else for your turn?
I don't think I have anything else.
Okay.
I'm gonna move back to behind my rock though. Behind-ish my rock formation.
With that, Proximus, it is your turn. A couple of real big hits on this thing.
Yeah, one of mine got negated.
It was halved. It wasn't as bad as Proximus's.
Yeah, I just buffed it. What are you talking about?
You did.
I saw
I
it
didn't
coming. I'm
think it was
sorry. When I saw
bad.
that was
There
shambling meds.
Well, I was gonna choose between lightning bolt or what was it? Fireball.
Fireball.
And I
Fireball,
should have
yeah.
went with fireball because there was nobody there in the way, and I could have done yeah. Anyway, so here we are, living my best life. As a bonus action, I am going to cast Shield of Faith on myself. And then I am going to double dash. I'm going to dash and get up to the far side here, which should be 70 feet from where I was. Yeah.
Looks like it.
Yeah. I just want to get on the other side to allow everyone that's sniping this thing to continue to snipe it without me being in the way. And then that's me.
Okay. With that, then, Brig, it is your turn. I will get a Constitution saving throw from you, please.
And because you're within 10 feet of me, you get an extra 5 to your saving throw.
Okay. Also,
Paladins.
I wanted to note that I have, is it a feat? I have purity of body, so I'm immune to disease and poison.
Wonderful. Then I
go.
don't need anything from you at all for another roll. I will still need the Constitution saving. But
okay.
the stench of death does not affect you, as you are basically
Living
inside.
on this island.
Yeah, you're used to it at this point. This thing does smell horrible, but to you, it's just too.
Smells like home. Okay, sorry. So I'm rolling. What am I rolling now?
Constitution saving throw, please.
And does this have +5?
+5.
It does, yeah.
I rolled a 1, but I have a thing so that I can
Halfling.
re-roll ones.
Halfling luck, yep.
Yeah. Oh, that is a 19 plus 5. And I feel oh my gosh, I've got so many things for the monk that I'm like trying to read, but
I know, they've got a lot going on. That is successful.
that's probably fine though.
Yes. So, Brig, you find yourself, again, these vines snaking around you, but with this extra little boldness from Proximus, you could have done it on your own, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You break through and free yourself hopping down from inside of this thing's arm. It was basically like trying to almost elevate or move you up to the center flower bit where it seems to consume things. But yeah, you are free. Well done.
Not today. Is that my action, or is that what is the
That's a
situation with
good question. I'll give you your action. It doesn't say that that's necessarily action, it just says you have to succeed on a Constitution saving throw. So yes, I will give you your full action.
Is there a world in which I could cast a 30-foot cone and not hit any of the other members of my party, or is that not possible?
I believe so. Because 30 feet should be, kind of from angling where you are, if you angle it out that way, I don't think you would hit Proximus.
Okay, cool.
And you shouldn't hit Acacia because Acacia's behind you, so...
Okay. Then I'm going to cast Fear at this thing.
Okay.
And all of its skeletons. It has to succeed on a Wisdom save of 13.
13. Okay. It does not succeed.
Woo! So it must take the dash action and move away from me by the safest available route. Unless there's nowhere to move. Yeah, that's what it says.
Okay. And does the re-rolls at the start of every one of its turns?
It's
Or the end of
fair.
its turn?
What does it say? If creature ends its turn in a location where it doesn't have line of sight of you, the creature can make a wisdom saving throw on a... Doesn't say. I'm not seeing it. What?
Okay. I can look it up. What are spells? And this is Fear.
Fear. I project a phantasmal image of the creature's worst fears. So I project a giant gardening shears
Love that. That's very good.
in front of it.
Okay, so Fear. Phantasmal image, 30-foot cone. Frightened, must take dash action. Okay, unless there's nowhere to move. Okay, so it can only make the wisdom saving throw if it doesn't have line of sight to you. That's interesting because this thing doesn't have sight. On a successful save. Okay, I will say this thing is going to take the dash action regardless. And actually, I think at that point it might actually be out of. It'll be close enough to blindside. I'll at least give this thing its turn, or at least give it a chance to reroll.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do for your turn?
It moves away from me? I'm not like right next to it anymore?
Correct. Yeah, it will move away on its turn.
Okay. So then I guess not. I don't think I can do. I did so much already. So much has been done. What are my bonus actions? No, I'm good. I'm good right now.
Okay. Well, it is the flower's turn. I am going to have this thing move. Let's see. So it's right here. So that is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So right there. And this thing is actually getting deeper in the water at this point.
As it moves away, so I get my attack of opportunity.
Oh yeah,
with Warcaster.
You would get
couple of us
attacks
are
of opportunity.
within,
for certain.
I would also like to roll attack of op, please.
Mm-hmm.
Do I also get one?
You would? Yeah, you're
Okay,
close enough.
I'll take it.
Oct. Okay, 27.
Yeah.
Yeah, 27 hits. Yeah. Yeah, as long as you're, like I said, 15 or over, you're hitting the thing.
11 damage.
Okay.
And 26 to hit on Chromatic Orb with acid damage.
I think reactions can only be attacks. They can't be spells.
I'm Warcaster.
Warcaster.
So
I
I can
okay.
actually
Ignore me.
So I'll take 48 acid damage. Ooh, that's big rolls, baby. 14, 18, 23 points of acid damage as they lumber away.
I'm sorry, how many points?
14, 18, 23. 23
okay.
damage, acid damage as it lumbers away.
And Brig, what was your attack?
I did not hit. I have goop in my eyes.
You can use your advantage if you want. Just throwing it out there.
Oh, sure.
Okay. It's close, which is the only reason I'm suggesting that.
No, that was a natural one.
Okay. Okay.
There's a lot of goop in my eyes.
Mayor, I am answering your question with yes and no, and I will describe that here in just a moment. It is the zombie's turn, who is going to turn back around now that all of you have kind of rushed past it and have scared its flower daddy. So we've got, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It is going to go up to Acacia and use a slam attack. I'm not sure this is even going to hit. No, that was a 13. So Acacia, you watch as a flower zombie flails at you.
I hold its head with my arm.
Yeah.
I hold
Just
its hand with my arm.
attaches.
Yeah.
Just
No
go
way.
I love that.
Winnie, anything for your turn?
Yes, I am going to double check. Oh yeah, plenty of room. I'm going to come... I'm just going to take my movement. God, I cannot understand the grid system. Like, my math skills are not good. Who would have thought? Okay. Taking my move action. And then, it is a zombie, right? Like, or is it a skeleton that's attacking, or right next to Kaila?
I'm sorry, I was muted. It is using the zombie stats.
Okay. I was just trying to figure out what it looked like, but that works also.
Yeah, what I'm kind of going with is it has like some dried up bits on it, it's mostly skeletal, and where the tendons and kind of like ligaments would be, there are flowers and vines holding it together.
Absolutely regret asking. Thank you.
No problem. Just like little corpse flowers where the eyes are.
Cute. I guess I'm just going to acid arrow the big one again.
Okay.
But this time I'm gonna do it at 3rd level. Now that I know it's like kind of working. 24.
A 24 will hit.
What dice are these? 10 and 15 damage.
Okay. Great. Anything else for your turn?
No, everyone looks somewhat reasonably okay, right?
Yeah, I think, actually, I'm not sure anybody actually took damage.
That's fine. Okay. In which case, I am good.
Cool. Well, as we get back to top of the round, this thing is fleeing from all of you. Brig had a pretty amazing move with that fear, and this thing is going to have to move for quite some time before it can even roll again. Fortunately or unfortunately, it doesn't have to. As you all would watch as it moves further into the water, something further out seems to disturb underneath the, not even waves, just the stillness. And Brig, your memory begins to come back as this thing lurches out of the water. It wasn't a corpse flower that attacked your monastery. The monastery could have taken care of a corpse flower. If anything, the zombies in the corpse flower are wearing some of the clothing that the people at the monastery wore. No, this thing had not just one head, it had many. And you all watch as the corpse flower is taken underwater by a massive lizard draconian head, horns ridged back. And you all are going to watch as that is not the only head to come out of the water. I'm going to have to make this thing a lot bigger for, a lot bigger. Okay, we might have to resize that. You all would watch
Derek, what the fuck?
As several identical heads all emerge from the water. And you all would see the thing, the curse of the island of Undertow, a gargantuan hydra with 5 heads staring down at all of you.
I'm
I'm going
sorry.
to take this off the board.
Y'all, that's the one. That's it. That's
Oh,
it. I remember now.
okay.
That's it.
That's
You
great.
hear a long
could have
string of
mentioned it
yeah.
to be larger.
Glad I didn't waste all of my spell. No, I'm just joking.
You hear
I
a long
was
string of
very
curses.
quickly knocked out. I did not remember much. But it is quickly coming back to me.
You hear curses in Sylvan, in Common, in Elvish, some maybe Druidic, but you don't know
Aquan.
Druidic.
Acacia, it is not her
Abyssal.
fault. This is
No, it's just at the situation, Proximus. It's just at the situation.
okay. I agree.
And that's where we'll pick up next time.
You see some very rude hand signals, which you're pretty sure swears and thieves can't. Also, just the middle finger.
Also, just that was classic thieves' camp.
This is what I drink.
Can I curse an elder?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
Nice.
Scarlet, I need you to teach me that word.
Right.
The first thing you learn when you learn a new language.
Honestly, I
Thank you.
probably already
Curse
know
word.
it.
Thank you all for joining us. Thank you to you in the audience for joining us. Thank you to these wonderful players. Thank you to this fantastic guest that we have. She will be back next week, and we will have them all face off against the true curse of the island of Undertow, this massive hydra, this iron scale hydra, because you all just had to level up, and I can't even use a regular hydra on all of you. Okay, thank you all. Let's go ahead and do the wrap up kind of stuff, because this has been a lovely, almost closest to 3 hours, and I think it's a good place to stop. So I'm going to go around and have these lovely people say a little bit about themselves, where you can find more of them, plug all of their things. I do want to remind you that you can support the wonderful cause this game and next game are in support of, which is Project Hope, in support of Ukraine. If you donate to that, we really appreciate it, and it can impact this game with crits advantages, black spots, extra complications. I'll add an extra head or two if you give this black spot.
No.
And if you do, I'll have to sing a sea shanty.
Please don't.
This has been a lot of fun. Thank you again to all of you for joining us. Let's go ahead and go around. So, Eva, do you want to go first? Do you want to go last? I can do show stuff if you've got personal stuff you want to plug.
I can go.
Okay.
I do most of the overlays, so you would think I would know that I am statistically likely to be going first if I am in this corner.
I warned you.
I never remember. I know. Hi, I'm Eva. You can usually find me here sporadically, either running or playing games. You can also find me on Twitter at the Eva Serrate, or Hive, I guess I'm going back to, at Eva Serrate. I will be over on Exquisite Corpse Presents about mid-month for a Oops, All Bisexuals game of emo glitter hearts. Sad glitter hearts? There's a name for it. We haven't come up with it yet. Yeah, and I will be running Triangle Agency starting next Sunday. Yeah. A 3-part Triangle Agency.
Wonderful. I was trying to think if there's anything else, but no, I think you covered all your stuff. Mare.
Hello, I am Mare. You can find me on Twitter at Archmage of Dice, along with this game that I play as your lovely Soul Knife Rogue Centaur Star Druid Acacia. You can also find me every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for 2 more sessions next week, and then the 22nd at 7 p.m. of Invisible Sun of called Fraying Threads. We have 2 more episodes left, as well as maybe some dev scenes that might get posted at some point. I don't freaking know when. But yeah, I just hurt them real bad last session, and it's gonna be fine. The thing they literally just got back and were trying to get was just stolen from them. So, get fucked. I love you. And tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern over on Neon Lights Roleplay, it'll be another Get Fucked, I Love You, as I rip out some of my players' hearts in a game of Print Weaver called Pillars of Ink. It is a gothic Souls-like game, and one of my players, who is an amnesiac, has just been confronted with her wife that she forgot about. So let's see how that. I'm ready. I'm so ready. And I think that's it. I don't think anything else that I'm in has been announced yet. So passing it on to the next person.
Okay, and that would be our incredible guest, Day. Day, where can we find more of you? Any current projects you're working on? Anything like that?
Oh, heck yeah. So you can find me on the internet at my name, Dayanne Hutton, pretty much everywhere. On Twitch, I'm at Daydream TV. I play a D&D game every Monday night at -1 Charisma, 7 p.m. And you can find part of a cool cyberpunk TTRPG on YouTube at Infinite Sided Dice. I think that's it for now. I'm going to be doing a cyberpunk one-shot July 28th. But I don't have more information than that. Yay!
Fair enough. Awesome. Thank you. And thank you again for joining us. We're definitely looking forward to next week as well. Michael.
Hi, fam. I'm Michael. I don't have any forgotten wives out there. Hopefully not. If not, I will be killed later. You can find me at Michael Sandoval with a Y, Mikyl, Sandoval, on Twitter and Instagram and Tumblr. You can find my art there. I do the art, character art for here. I did the character art for Vizen, exclusively to this channel because I love this channel and I love Sword and Key, and hopefully they love me.
Hey, we do.
I just wanted to rhyme. Anyway, bye.
We do very much.
Yes.
I was muted, but yes.
Very much. Yes. As always, special thank you to Michael for doing the art for this game, as he mentioned many other games. And go follow Michael. It's Michael, not Milky. Starting out there. Kaila.
Hi, hello, my name is Kaila. I'm many faces and many places in the TRPG realm, as well as streaming on my own channel. I do a lot of painting, I do a lot of gaming. I inherently took the whole month of May off because I was living my best life, or trying to. But now that it's Pride Month, I will be back on my channel. I will also be helping my partner Allie raise funds for Lambda Legal to help fight all of the anti-LGBTQ IA plus bills that are trying to be passed in other states. So join me for some chill times. We do a lot of co-working and a lot of painting. It's a vibe. Big neon, big rain vibes.
That's a really good way to describe it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, great. That leaves me. If you want to follow me, it's Twitter at dsword16. But I highly recommend that you follow the Sword and Key Twitter. It's sword_and_key. That's where you can keep up on all of our show news, all of our the projects that we're putting out. We have some great stuff. As mentioned, Mayor's Fraying Threads on Thursdays at 4 p.m. We have a Sword and Tea coming up on the 17th that Eva will be doing, I believe, with Anik. Yes, for Triangle Agency. And as Eva mentioned, she's also doing a game of Triangle Agency, which I don't have on the calendar, but she did say it. Brindlewood Bay is a game that Eva is in as well on 2:30. And again, these are all Pacific times. But 2:30 every other Sunday. I personally, because I think that's in Horizons Call, of course, every Saturday. Please join us again. Dave will be back with us next week. We have more guests lined up for this wonderful season, so I'm very excited about all that. I am also going to be on Exquisite Corpse Presents for a game. It's a Firefly game where all of us are bi, so we're calling it Firefly. And fuck Joss Whedon. And that is going to be 4 p.m. on the 18th. So check that out over on Exquisite Corpse Presents. And I am also the host of the podcast Monster Crush. If you enjoy monsters, if you think that they're cool and neat, or even just a little hot, check out Monster Crush wherever podcasts are found. We put out episodes every other week. We're actually going to be doing back-to-back episodes coming up here real soon because we decided to do a video game episode of Bowser versus Ganon or Ganondorf and which one's hotter. So check that out and listen to it. Otherwise, recently we've talked about Bigfoot and Krakens and lizard people who live underground. Lots of neat cryptid creature stuff. And that'd be super awesome. Otherwise, I think that's it from Sword and Key. I have gotten 2 Discord messages, one of which from my lovely partner, which just had dates that I had already said. I'm also going to say Sunday starting in July on July 2nd at 10 a.m. is going to be Vast Grim. Sundays in June starting the 11th at 10 a.m. is Triangle Agency. I already said Brindlewood Bay. And yes, the Triangle Agency Sword and Tea. And then we also have Sword and Tea with Jason Cordova on Saturday, July 8th at 10 a.m. There. I think we covered the calendar. Thank you again for sticking around. Join us next time. We're really looking forward to it. Continue supporting Project Hope and take care of yourselves. And I've just got another message. We're rating the Ally Mac. As Kaila mentioned, she is raising some amazing funds and we love supporting them.
To add, as we rate in, not only are we raising money for Lambda Legal, who are fighting these anti-bills, there's also a giveaway going on in chat because Allie has reached the $500 goal. So if you do want to enter, it is free to enter. You don't have to donate to win. But you will be getting Allie Mac merch, the Noodle Pride merch.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to go wrong.
Hard to go wrong.
What is it? Exclamation point gay to enter?
Exclamation point gay to enter.
I want Allie Mac merch
over there.
Until next time, everybody. Fair winds and following seas, brave mariners. Take care of yourselves.